Hey, Drew, you killed this shit.
Welcome back. Welcome back. As we said, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, in the Four Corners of Wrestling podcast. We back. I am your host, Marshall, Mr. Soul Simmons. And before we get started, remember, this is a 613 Faye production. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notifications so that way you know we dropping a new show and y'all can tune in. All right. So we got some fellas out there, my boys. Quabo. What's up in the blue corner out of Silver Spring by way of DC? What's up, baby?
Quavo. You know we out here. We out here. Always ready.
You ready, man?
Always.
How was your week, bro?
Oh, it was good. It was good. It was a Quavo type of week, you know.
I can dig it, baby. I can dig it. I can dig it. And y'all, hey, he's back, y'all. He's back. We bought him on last week. You know what I'm saying? That gold corner with the diamond studs. Yeah, you know how he do. You know what I'm saying? From the hills. Hollywood. Mike T. What's up, baby?
Listen, man. Okay, first of all, they hated on me when I came on the show and was singing. And that was messed up. But now you come on here singing, and it's like, you sound worse than me. So where's the hating? Like, I need people, all the haters, put in the comment, no more singing.
look, leave my fans alone. My fans love my singing. All right. I'm trying to support. I'm trying to be a background singer for you. We're going to the top, baby. You know what I'm saying? Add some gold records in your gold corner, dog. I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We're gonna go platinum. Platinum.
That's what I'm talking about. You're gonna put some platinum in that corner over there. Give you a platinum turnbuckle.
Yes, platinum plus.
You know what I mean?
Take that.
Oh yeah. Hey, and we got a special guest, y'all. That's right. Y'all heard me talk about him. He's here. The other half of the BOD, Brothers of Destruction. He's the Kane to my Undertaker, the People's Champ, out the black corner. Sorry, Colin, he took your corner. Out the black corner, Mad Maxx. What up, Brody?
What's good with your People's Champ in the building? Y'all already know what he's doing, man. We here, man, ready to get it amped. Hey, let's go. I'm ready.
Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Hey, that's right. So we here. It's been a good week, you know what I'm saying? And man, we're about to jump into this damn pay-per-view. Y'all know how we do. Right into it. Pay-per-view of the week. And this week, guys, let me tell you, if you're listening to this, that means you're a fan of old school. Okay. I think that you will appreciate this. All right. But one thing I got to point out, this damn pay-per-view ain't got no name. All right. We just got to call it the NWA TNA pay-per-view. And if you want to find it, you literally have to go on YouTube. And you got to search TNA first pay-per-view. All right. So I'm going to help you out here. All right. Look for June 19th, 2002 NWA TNA pay-per-view. The shit ain't got no name. I'm trying to tell you. All right.
No name.
No name.
What are you trying to be, Seal?
You think you're Prince? Boy.
What is he, Prince?
That's a symbol.
Quick loving out here? What the fuck?
Right.
Like a sexy cheeseburger.
I think at that time, the TNA part of it was their name. Like it was they kind of promoted it as more of a NWA production for real, but it was like TNA, Total Nonstop Action. Like NWA's Total Nonstop Action pay-per-view. Like that's how they kind of seemed like they tried to put it to me.
Man, that shit still ain't got no name. That shit
Nah,
like
the
motherfucking Game of
TNI
Thrones.
still whack.
It says
The wrestling
premiere
show has
event.
no name.
Right, right. It was the inaugural event. They had to get their
You know
thoughts
what I'm
together.
saying? But there were some folks out there, and I love how it rocked off. You know what I mean? Because if you're a wrestling fan, you already know who Mike Tenay is. You know what I mean? So after you got that eye sword, my man, that ugly ass shirt. You know what I mean? You hear Mike
Dog.
Tenay. You know what I'm saying? That shirt was horrendous.
Your
You know what I'm
man
saying? So
Ed
that's how you
Farrah,
know.
Ed
Say that
Farrah,
again?
whatever his name was. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, terrible, terrible. So that's how you know that you got the right pay-per-view. All right. When you see a dude in an ugly ass shirt walking down the ramp, you done found it. All right. But it
With an
started
all
off
black
great.
leather suit on that looked like it was from a 1992 R&B rap group video. You know what I'm saying? With the dreadlocks that look like he been, you know what I'm saying, chilling on an island somewhere for the last 10 years. But we know that's bullshit.
Yeah, it was horrendous. It started off horrendously. However, you know what I'm saying? 8-time NWA champion Harley Race came out. You know what I mean? We had Dory Funk Jr., who was Terry Funk, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
All-time great. You had
Funk
the
Brothers.
fabulous Jackie Ford. Now, for those that don't know, this is who Ric Flair got the strut from.
The OG
You know what I mean?
strutter.
The
The
OG
originator.
strutter. You know what I mean? Him and Double J. You know what I mean? He even took a shot at Double J. You know what I mean? Which was very entertaining and did the original strut. You know what I mean? And
Right.
my man, you know what I'm saying? One of my favorite old-time OG wrestlers, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, came out with the NWA World Heavyweight title that he beat Ric Flair for. And that was like, man, a throwback to the throwbacks, man. Like, man, Max, how'd you feel about seeing Steamboat come down the ramp?
Oh man.
Seeing
you
how we
already
used to
know.
watch him back in the day.
Right,
'Cause
like that
remember,
was
we
my
used to
dude
wrestle
right
like
there,
shit.
man. Hell yeah, that was my guy, man. So when I seen him, it was like, yeah, that definitely brought back some memories. Like, okay.
Quabo, what about you? How did you feel when you saw all them legends coming out and Steamboat coming out? Like
Oh
nostalgic
yeah,
or
man.
what, bro?
It was star studded, bro. It's like the funniest part was when Bill Burns was trying to hide from the camera, and they were trying to struggle to like put his name on there too while he was walking down the ramp. But it was definitely good to watch, man.
You like you can't see me, you don't see me.
Exactly.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Right.
Hollywood Mike T, how did you feel about the NWA TNA no name pay-per-view intro with all the legends?
Are we just talking about this part?
Yeah. Because I mean, it was a lot of legends, man. Like, come on, Harley Race.
Okay, I would like to yield my time to someone else
Oh, okay.
because what I'm going to say is going to be controversial. People will be mad at me.
When are they not mad at you, man?
Right. Say that shit.
All right. Okay. It was too long, man. It was too long. I didn't want to see that shit. They had a whole damn. No, it was the whole. That's why I had to hit you. I was like, dog, is this the pay-per-view or is this the Hall of Fame? Like, how they got a Hall of Fame and they just started? This is the first pay-per-view. Like, that felt like a Hall of Fame. That felt like I was watching the NFL Hall of Fame induction ceremony to get the gold jackets. I was like, what the hell is going on? It was like 30 minutes, man. And then that whole segment, man.
Like they started the whole pay-per-view off with that shit. They could have saved that for at least the middle to me. But I get why they did. I get why they did that though, because they wanted to announce how I guess Ricky the Dragon was gonna be that special referee or whatever.
I didn't care about none of that shit, man. I listen, man. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? This is long. Then
so you love when Jeff Jarrett came out.
I would say the best part was Jeff Jarrett. Yeah,
it was
all
right.
Hall and they came out.
I'm not really a Jeff Jarrett fan.
Ken Shamrock.
It was all right. Yeah, even that was long. It was like, hold up, is this the TV? That like you do that on TV. You don't do that at a pay-per-view. You know, that and then you just got the old man out there just being like old for no reason. Like remember that time when this is kind of old school, when Hogan had his birthday party and Brock came out and was like, it's over, old man. Oh no, he called him grandpa.
Right there.
He said he called him grandpa.
Grandpa,
yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like it would have been better if that happened. Like they gave them an introduction. Like it was like you know what it was like? It was like going to a basketball or football game, the first game of the season, and they introduced the whole team. Like, usually they introduce the starters, but like in the beginning of the season, they introduced the whole team. That's what it was like for
Yeah.
me. It was like, damn. He was like, and one time NWA TV champion. I'm like, why is this nigga getting the fucking introduction? Like,
Hey,
He was
yeah.
part of the council. He was part of the main council. Had to get the main council out there. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, the main council versus Double J. You know what I mean? So I
Hey,
get
yeah.
it. I mean, this was like Jeff Jarrett. It was Jeff Jarrett's baby. I guess he wanted to put on a good show, and he had to get the council out there. And
I'm not too fond of Jeff Jarrett, so yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think it's stupid that you got a gun at a battle royal. That's stupid.
I feel the same way. I'm not too fond of him neither, but it was funny the way he tried to hate on the whole shit though.
And Scott Hall came down there,
Hey yo.
Yeah, Scott Hall came down there, and it was like the music was just off. It was like, oh man, and all the people out there gonna say, if this was WWE, you would like it. No, I wouldn't. It was bad.
Right, bad is bad, huh?
Yeah,
no matter where it come from.
But yeah, I yield the rest of my time.
Okay, yeah. So, damn, he just ripped that one. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? But like we said in the four corners of wrestling, hey, opinions like assholes, and everybody got one. That's what we're here for. So keep on bringing the truth, Mike. Keep on bringing the truth, Hollywood, because like I say, that we here for the people. We do it for the people. So don't be hiding from the people, especially when we got the people champ on the line. You know what I mean?
Damn right.
So Hollywood wasn't fucking with that. So I know he wasn't fucking with the midget killer puppet, the Psycho Dwarf promo.
Hey,
I was like, okay. I was more looking at, I was on my Quagmire Giggity moment looking at Shorty like, okay, you got your Indian tribal shirt on, interviewing a midget. I got you.
Dog, I thought that was Hornswoggle's big brother or something. You know
what I'm saying? Like, damn.
You know what? You know what I need to do?
Have a bigger forehead than Hornswoggle. I'll give you that.
Right.
I'm gonna say this much, you guys, because I'm the new guy to the show. So I need to talk to 613 HR department and see how many days we get off, and then take the days off and then put my 2 weeks in, because you guys are setting me up with these damn pay-per-views. When I saw that midget last week was Botchataneous, and this week you put me watching. Oh man, listen. Oh my gosh, I know you didn't go to the match. I know you didn't go to the match.
I'll say this: direct all your concerns to HR, and HR's email address is miket@hr.com. There you go.
I'm gonna take a vacation for 2 weeks.
You can leave a voicemail as extension too.
I'm gonna put a vacation in for 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna put my 2 week notice in. So therefore, y'all might not see me next week, because if y'all put me in this shit with these damn pay-per-views, oh my gosh, Lord of mercy, the midget guys, oh my gosh, why were they in the show?
Hey, dog.
The midget.
Hey, hold up.
Can we just talk? Angry little fucker, wasn't he?
Hold up. Huh?
Can we just little fucker, wasn't he?
Can we just switch the show? Man. Can we just switch it up a little bit today?
I was trying to get past. I was going to get to the first match, but
I tried to get that match. I tried to give it a chance, but
we ain't going that match yet. Max, hold up, Max. We ain't going there yet. Yeah. So what we're going to jump into first? We're going to jump into that X Division match first. All right. Well, we had a young AJ Styles, Low Key and Jerry Lynn versus the Flying Elvises. Now, for those that don't know, you had Jimmy Wayne Yang. He was in this match. He was a Flying Elvis. And this match, you could just tell AJ had it.
It was high impact, man.
At that point, young ass AJ. I'm talking about with the short hair. This when he came out with the trunk before the long pants, and he was prototype and all that.
Right,
man.
Before the Pele. Yeah,
before the
he had the fly. He had the forearm, but it was just off the top rope, like a little simple move. It wasn't really his finisher yet.
Exactly, like a finisher, right. But it was. But here's what I thought was funny about the match. The group was called the Flying Elvises. And you had one Oriental, I think one was Dominican, and then one black guy, all coming out looking and acting like Elvis. I thought that shit was fucking hilarious. You know what I mean?
All cut up, saying, looking like three Elvises in one. Like, dog, what?
They
Right,
gotta
right.
show at
But
Caesars after this. They gotta show at Caesars after this shit.
right, you know what I'm saying?
That shit
Like,
was
dude,
trash.
what?
It was
Okay, let's go to
trash.
Hollywood. Let's get the bad out first. Let's go Hollywood.
No, the
What?
match was good. The gimmick was
Oh
trash.
yeah.
Yeah, nah,
Yeah, that
I
gimmick
agree with
was
that.
trash.
Yeah,
And then the
the gimmick
Dominican dude
sucked.
wasn't even
But
selling. The Dominican
yeah,
dude wasn't
nah,
selling
Yeah, he
shit.
was selling fucking crap, dude.
He
right.
like, fuck
The
y'all.
match
Fuck this
itself,
shit.
like the kicks, the moves they was doing, I give that a plus. But yeah, as far as their whole
AJ
Elvis
and Jimmy
gimmick
Wang.
and all that, like, come on, dog.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
gimmick
like
sucked.
y'all.
Yeah.
That's I had to say that it was. I had to say it because y'all was sitting over here putting over the flying Elvises. I was like, someone has to be the voice of reason here. That
Nah,
was
the only
trash.
problem the only props I give them is all right, some of the moves they was able to pull off to be the size they was. It's like, all right, y'all motherfuckers agile as shit. You know what I mean? So all right, cool.
Yeah, I
But
wasn't putting
I
over their
hated
gimmick.
I
I'm putting
hated
over
I
the match.
hated the I hated the aesthetics of the whole team, their outfits and all that shit. Yeah,
Yes,
nah.
see, like sometimes wrestlers, and this is probably why TNA is where TNA is now. But sometimes wrestlers, like when the Young Bucks came out, I think it was the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, and they came out as Street Fighter characters, and the Young Bucks came out as Ryu and Ken, and they had that outfit on. They didn't call them Ryu and Ken over and over and over and over through the match. They still called them the Young Bucks, but they had on the gear. They kept calling them the Flying Elvises, and it was like blowing my mind. I was like, "Shut up!" Like, call them by their names or something. Call them something other than
Right.
that. It
Right.
was so goofy, and it was and it took away from the match. The visual um, uniform they had on take away from the match. Man, the match was a solid match. I agree with. I think it was Jose that said, "You see why AJ was AJ," or it was Soul Man. One of y'all said that you can see why AJ was AJ, and yeah, man, he was. I mean, it was a solid. It was, after that long ass thing that I almost fell asleep on, and then the midget, whatever.
This was refreshing.
This was refreshing. This woke me back up because I was dozing off, and this woke me back
It
up.
reminded you this was a pay-per-view event for wrestling.
Right.
That don't look like an episode of TNA, bro.
I don't know if it looked like I mean I wouldn't go that far, but it looked like a good wrestling product. That's what I would say. It looked like a solid wrestling product, and I was pretty pleased with the match. But like Maxx said, man, and the people's champ, whatever. Who deemed you the people's champ?
I was about to say that too, bro. I was about to go there, but
How did you get that name?
It's a couple ways I got
It
that
doesn't
name.
matter. You got
people.
that name.
All right,
Got
me on that
him.
one. I got on that one. I actually walked into that one. But the fact still remains that I am the people's champ, and the champ is here, and the belt is on deck.
He just grabbed his belt, y'all. I
Anybody
can tell
wants
y'all
a
that.
shot
I'm
at
not
the
even
champ,
in.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
But
There
yeah,
it is.
man, it was a solid match.
Huh?
It was a solid match, man. I don't want to trash it that much because oh my gosh, what was the?
We got more stuff for you to try.
Yeah, please, go ahead, please.
Okay, so Quabo, what did you think? What did you think about the entire match?
yeah, move-wise, the match and work was good. The gimmicks, I will tell you, does take away from the match because you're just like, who the fuck is who? And then it gets to, I mean, they got to a point where you could kind of differentiate the three Elvises, and most of the time it was only just because it was Jimmy Yang and Jimmy Yang and Jimmy Yang. So you heard that name.
And I was looking, I was like, he looks familiar. You know what I'm saying? I actually had to look that up. I was like, oh shit, Jimmy Wang Yang. And it's like, okay, the other two was like, once I found out who he was, like, okay, the other two, you're Dominican, and then you're the brother. All right, let's get it. You know what I mean? Because the gimmick did distract. It was like, okay,
but it's good for a 6-man tag,
the
X
match
Division
was
style,
solid,
fast pace. You got the jump starting off with AJ Hurricaning somebody. Then you got Jerry Lynn doing that like pile driver somewhere at the end. The jump was nice, dude. And then you also saw like a missile drop kick out of nowhere, which was
a mean ass DDT. Somebody hit that mean ass
Ooh.
DDT. That jump was vicious. So
like work
the
rate
match was
wise,
good.
like it had good moves in it. And then what's called like Mad Max was saying, bro, them kicks. Oh my gosh, low key was throwing some nasty ass kicks, dude. I was like, okay, all right, it was worth watching. I won't lie.
Yeah, definitely solid match. Okay, so real fast, what would you rate the match? Real fast, 1 through 10.
I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8.
Okay. Mad Max, real fast, 1 through 10. What would you rate the match?
I give it an 8.
8. All right. Hollywood, real fast. What would you rate the match?
The fuck, man? What? An 8? 8? Y'all been
real
drinking?
fast, Hollywood.
That day was a 6, man. A 6.
Oh shit!
I'm sorry, man. They said 8 and fucked me up, man.
All right, well,
Look,
I'm gonna even it out. I'm gonna say 7 and a
I
half.
say that just because I like the moves in the match, and that's really it. The moves
Mhm.
was high impact. You know what I mean? Like I said, you saw something of what was almost a Canadian destroyer or something like that. Like I said, champs. Look, it was high action for a good match.
It
I
didn't
give
take
it that.
much to
That's
woo y'all.
Hollywood being Hollywood, boy, I tell you.
hey,
So the next match we had, you know what I'm saying? This is the one that you was alluded to, Mad Max. You had the midget match.
Nah,
which
skip
you
this
had
shit,
Tell.
man. Skip this shit, man.
Skip the tail, Hollywood.
Come on, man. Are we really about to talk about this shit?
Nobody wants to talk about the midget match.
No, let's keep this one short and sweet, bro. Let's keep this one short and sweet, like the match, bro.
You know, no, I will say this though. I will say this. What I thought was interesting was how somebody had said that when Rey Mysterio had first came into the business, they was trying to book him as a midget. I did not know that, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's a true story, but they damn sure said that. So that's something I'm gonna have to look into. All right.
Help us find it in the comments. Help us find that shit in the comments.
Yeah. Reply that in the comments, okay? So next, they brought out the knockouts. You know, who don't love the knockouts? And after that, oh man, it was like my first what the fuck moment, because you had the Johnsons. That's right, the Johnsons versus Psychosis and James Storm. And we all in the wrestling community, we know who Psychosis and we know who James Storm is. But you had the fucking Johnsons.
bruh.
Oh my God. Who in the hell signed off on their costumes and came up with their design? Oh my goodness. Okay, if you have kids in the room, I need you to cover their ears or mute it for like 10 seconds, all right? In 3, 2, 1, mute. All right, so these motherfucking Johnsons was dressed like dicks, y'all. They was looking like dicks out there. It was nasty. They was wrestling. All right, that's 10 seconds. All right, Mad Max. We talked about this match and was like, what
the
fuck?
First, all right, look, first off, I'm gonna just say it, and I don't give a fuck who don't like it, dog. There was too many gay references in that match for me, man. Like, dog, I'm not homophobic, you know what I'm saying? I'm not against the whole LGBT community. Like, look, I get it, but dog, this is wrestling, dog. Why y'all gotta say shit like, oh, he's in the ring getting beat by 2 Johnsons? Oh, look at the size of that Johnson. Like,
you know
what? Like, come on, man. Like, y'all saying this shit on purpose. You know what I'm saying? To be funny. I mean, I get it, but dog, this like, no, it was an eyesore and it hurt to my ears, man.
Hey,
like,
Hollywood.
for real, man.
Hey, hold up, man. I gotta put Hollywood. Hey, Hollywood, what did you think about this shit? And then on top of that, you had James Storm with the little pop gun. I don't know if he was trying to distract us from that bullshit or what, but I'm like, dang.
Listen, I feel like Marion Barry when he got caught in the hotel. I'm not gonna say the B word, but I'm gonna say it set me up. Y'all set me up, man. The first 2 weeks I'm on this show, y'all got me doing these pay-per-views. First of all, you skipped the knockout travesty. When all them women came out with all them names that I did not know who the hell they were, I knew who Mickie James was, and I knew a few of the women wrestlers. That was trash. Follow it up by the Johnsons shows you that TNA was not interested in making any money. They just wanted wanted to wrestle. And I mean, the match wasn't horrible, but I'm with Maxx, man. Some of the references were just done just to be just a shock value. As a whole, the commentary on this wasn't very good at all, for real.
Nah, and if they
I
would
was
have
just like,
said
what
that
the
shit
fuck the whole
today,
match?
if they would have said what they said today or some of them Jones, like dog, they would have
Oh,
definitely caused some heat, man.
cancel culture. They've been off the air.
Oh yeah, and that's
Bruh.
what it was. The commentary was cringeworthy the whole night. Like, even TNA. One thing I would say with them in the beginning, especially watching this pay per view, and I don't want to drift off on the match, but I say that with them, they were trying to be WWE to the max. Like ECW was the total opposite of WWE as far as violence. TNA was trying to be super sexual, super,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, super
Over the top.
Yeah, over
Had
the
the go-go
top.
dancers in the cage
In
dancing
the
half
cage
naked
is
and all that.
right.
Yeah, and it was
Mm-hmm.
like Max said, like the commentary, they just was going over the top. So you couldn't really get invested in the match because you're like, even if their names were the two guys in mask, obviously the visuals of their outfit kind of caught your eye, and it made you like, oh, what the hell are these two dudes wearing?
Exactly.
But sometimes you can get invested in the match if the guys are good workers. And the match wasn't horrible, but it just
It
like I
wasn't.
said,
It wasn't the worst match ever. No.
yeah, it wasn't a horrible match. Love to see Psychosis. Love to see a young James Storm, a very energetic James Storm. He was, legends. They was working pretty good together. I never knew that those two teamed together, but it was good to see. It was a twist because you seen James Storm with Bobby Roode, so
right.
it was
Beer
a
money.
different. Yeah, it was a different. It was interesting watching a lot of these guys young because these were AJ,
Facts.
James
Like
Storm.
AJ Styles,
Yeah, they were all young guys, so it was good to see him get some work in. Good to see him put on a solid match. I think one of the things that caught my eye was his what's that move called? Damn, it was on the tip of my tongue just now. Damn, I forgot. It was his I think it's buckshot lariat or something. Sometimes I'll be forgetting. I'll be dozing off of my own word because y'all be having me watch this shit. But
but yeah, you enjoy seeing the old school guys. So carry on.
I'm done. I'm done. I enjoy seeing James Storm and Psychosis, man. I didn't know who the other two guys were, but the Johnsons.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
I hope I don't ever have to see shit like that again.
Yeah, that's some shit you can't unsee. My eyes hurt.
Right. Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Quavo.
Oh, go ahead.
What's up, Matt?
Now I was gonna say real quick before we get off that topic and shit. There was one more thing, that part that I left out that really kind of like tore me up too. When the match first started, the first thing that they even said when they got into the match, because like Mike said, they had just had the whole females come out. You know what I'm saying? We just saw, what they consider TNA, if you get my drift. You know what I'm saying? But they said something along the lines of, "All right, we just saw a whole bunch of TNA now. Let's get ready to see some Johnsons."
Right.
Like, dog, you already knew that shit was about to go in the wrong direction off the rip when they said that shit.
Right.
But
Quavo.
carry on, man. On to the next.
Yeah.
Quavo,
And let's close out the segment with that last part where they had like Alicia getting that money from the ref. I was like, bruh.
Yeah, what the fuck was that about, man?
Right.
That was random as hell, dog.
I was like, well,
you know what?
Was she fixing his credit, right? You know?
And you know what? And because Mike said, and because Hollywood had started off early about the other joke going on too long, to me, that bullshit went on too long because you talking about you got TNA out there, and no offense, I ain't see no kind of TNA out there.
No, boy, that joke.
I love Mickey
man.
James.
Every single show
that was a weak cat fight at best.
Bored.
No, bull. That queen of extreme, whoever she was, that got on the mic and started talking shit. Man, look,
she was the most entertaining.
That shit
she was, but
that shit was like
aha. Like, dog,
it was
like aha.
In Connecticut.
It was like aha, a bunch of flapjack.
In Connecticut.
Straight washboard, yo.
It wasn't nothing like IHOP in Southeast. Nah, them IHOP, they got some curves, you know what I'm saying? They some thick old pancakes. Them Connecticut IHOP junk. You know what I'm saying? All thin and flat and shit. Nah, one want
gluten
that.
free.
You know what I'm saying? Gluten, fuck that.
Hey,
I want my gluten. Give me my gluten.
All I saw was legs. That's it.
I saw sticks. Man. I didn't see no legs.
That's what I mean, legs. That's all I saw was legs. Like they showed a whole bunch of legs, and it was like Mickey James was the thickest one.
The PA's finest.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mickey.
Yeah.
I love you.
Nah, I love Mickey, dog.
Yeah,
For real.
Mickey was
Giggity,
Mickey
Mickey.
was the best one.
Giggity goo, Mickey. Mickey James, if you're listening, we love you. Can I get a giggity goo, y'all, from Mickey James?
Giggity.
Goo.
Goo. Now, moving on. All right. I was surprised at this next match. You know what I mean? Because we had your boy Kid Crush. Excuse me. Kid Crush. Y'all know him now as R-Truth. You know what I'm saying? He was on his heel shit. And he was beefing with who was that? Grandmaster Sexay, but they called him Brian Christopher.
Brian Christopher, yeah.
Yeah, Grandmaster Sexay. That's right, the King's son, y'all.
Well, he came out.
He
Started hating on Sterling Marlin, the NASCAR dude that they had bought out.
Mm-hmm. Well, they was in Alabama, I think it was. So it was like, okay, you got you know how black R-Truth is, and you got him in, you know what I'm saying, Alabama. Me and you both live in Alabama, you know what I mean? So we know how to get down there. So
NASCAR Central, like I said.
Right. So you put a black man talking shit about NASCAR, man, automatic heat. You know what I mean? So that was setting up for some shit later, right? And then you had, let me see, Stan and Bo, the Dups, with Fluff. And this match surprised me, y'all, because I was not expecting this shit. First is Christian York and Joey Matthews. And this match, them damn Dups, they shocked me.
Yeah,
Hollywood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with Hollywood right now, Max. I'm gonna start with Hollywood. We'll get his thoughts on this hard-hitting match. What did you think about the Dups match? You know what I'm saying? Joey Matthews and Christian York, Hollywood, Mike T.
It was good, man. It surprised me too. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. It was a solid, hard hitting, like you said, hard hitting affair, especially off of. It seemed like between every match they did a promo, a lengthy promo. Like the matches was shorter than the promos sometimes, but it was a good pace match. I don't got no negative to say about it, so I think that's probably why you came to me first, because you thought I was gonna trash it. But no, it was.
I really did.
The dude, one of the dudes had a 1980 hair style. I don't know what was going on. Like I said, when they first came to the ring, I was like, "What is about to happen?" But it was decent. It was surprising. But most of these matches, you know what? Even though we skipped the midget match, that match was better than I thought it was going to be, because they were actually wrestling. And a lot of this, I would say, this product, especially with this match as well, it was wrestling. So,
you're talking about the midgets, right?
Stop.
Or with this match here.
I mean, every match that's pretty much on the card, they was pretty much wrestling. You know, as opposed to, and I know you're gonna do this too, but what we just talked about on Sunday with this other pay-per-view that we watched. Oh my god.
Forecast.
That wasn't wrestling. That was something else. This was wrestling. This was wrestling, and yeah, it was solid.
Okay. Quabo, what you think about the Ducks with Fluff versus Joey Matthews and Christian York?
Yeah, like he said it, man. It surprised me. I didn't expect it, especially because the other tag team were also cousins. So it's like cousins versus cousin lovers, and I'm like, well,
that is a redneck shit.
Let's look at these gimmicks, bro. I'll tell you, bro. But work rate wise and like match wise, they did put up a good match. And the storytelling at the end where you had like Fluffed Up interfere and help them win, I was like, okay, it's a good thing the match is over. That was for me, but yeah, man. I mean, Christian York was by far probably the one that stood out the most in this match.
I meant to say that too. I agree.
That dual drop kick was nice, dude. I liked it. That was nice.
Okay, Max, what you think about the Dups with Fluff versus Christian York and Joey Matthews?
I'm surprised ain't nobody said this yet, but they gave me straight Dukes of Hazzard vibes the whole team.
Right?
The entire time.
Oh, like dog from the promo to the match. It's like, hold up, when you found out that both these niggas was her girlfriend, it's like, wait a minute, what? And then she was dressed actually like the bride from the show.
Like
You know
Daisy
what I'm saying?
Duke.
Yeah, you know
Uh,
what I
A
mean? Like,
trashy
hold
ass
up.
Daisy Duke.
Hey Max, I'm
Right.
not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm just trying to get through this pay-per-view. So I'm just trying to say the I'm just trying to get the people what they want and
nah,
give them a quick opinion and get in and out. Because this pay-per-view, man,
nah,
it was weird.
nah. I mean, yeah, for the inaugural joint, it could have been better, but it had its moments though. But this match was definitely not bad though. Like they definitely surprised me. I didn't think they was gonna come out and do that. You know what I'm saying? What they did, I thought they was just gonna be some, you know what I mean, like bushwhacker type vibe or something. But
That's exactly
hey,
what I thought.
they actually, you know what I mean, did their thing. Like, what's the boy name? Stan, Stan Buff
Stan,
or whatever. That was the
Stan
big one.
Duke.
He kind of gave me the whole Skinner vibe. Remember Skinner from back in the
Mm-hmm.
day? You know what I mean? With the whole
Mm-hmm.
tobacco spit and all that shit. Like, come on, I'm in a wrestling match, bro. Get that shit off me, nigga. Like, we gonna fight for real. That shit on me, man. But nah, it was cool match though. Like say Christian York and Troy Matthews, they wasn't bad neither. You know what I mean? But hey, them Duff boys did what they had to do, and they got that W.
Mm-hmm. Hey, use your line, Quavo. They did what they were supposed to do.
They
They
did
did right, and they were
exactly
supposed
what
to
they
did
had to
left.
do, bro.
You know what I'm
What
Right.
Exactly
does
as
that even
projected, bro.
mean? What does
saying?
that even mean?
Uh,
What does that even mean?
what does that mean, Quavo? Yeah, Quavo. It
It's
means
a
they doing what
Quavo
they
thing.
supposed to do.
If you ain't Quavo,
right.
you hey, look. Bottom
Listen,
line,
listen. If you
Quavo said
listening to
so,
the
bro.
show today, you listen to the show today, right? Refer
Look,
back. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Refer back to Sunday. You know what I mean? Refer back to Sunday. You gonna find out
look.
all
When
that
I
You gonna
when
hear
you
find
catch
out.
it.
look, when I hear something like that, that gives me that Eddie Guerrero vibes, man. We lie, we cheat, we steal, we do what we got to do to win. God damn it, I don't care. Fuck it.
All right, so give me a quick rating there, man. Real fast. What would you rate the match?
The match, uh, about a 7.
Out of 7? Okay. Hollywood.
Go to Quavo first, please.
Oh my God. Quavo.
Yeah.
Entertain Hollywood and give your rating.
No, I'll give him a 7. I was gonna say 7.
Okay, y'all not trying to kill me. A 6.
A 6. Okay. I give it a 6.5. It was a good match. You know what I'm saying? The Dukes of Hazzard vibe, that was hilarious and did kill me a little bit. All right. Now, I ain't gonna sit here and hold the next little part was I'm not a country music fan, so I started fast forwarding. And what caught my eye was when I seen Jeff Jarrett come out and pushed whoever the fuck was singing.
No, Toby Keith.
Yeah. Oh my God. That had to be the funniest. That woke me the fuck back up. Let me tell you, that woke me up because dude was singing. I'm like, oh, this shit. I'm fast forwarding. I'm like, hold up. And I rewind. I see Jeff Jarrett just come out and he's singing. He's all into the song. And Jeff Jarrett just comes out and pushes the shit out of him because
Right.
this is the start of the gauntlet battle match. You know, it's a battle royal
hmm
match. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know, Jeff Jarrett's still doing this country music thing. You know what I mean? He's trying to go gold. Yeah. You know
Right.
what I
Like you taking my shine, motherfucker. I should be out here
mean?
singing this shit.
Right. So that was hilarious. But man, before we get into this gauntlet match, it was, let me see, make sure I say it right. Gauntlet Battle Royal match. All right. And
Nah,
then it
nah,
was
nah, nah,
like,
nah, nah. Let me correct you, brother. It was
help me
called
out, bro.
It was called the Gauntlet for the Gold.
Gauntlet for the gold. Okay.
Yeah.
And so the whole premises was they're having a battle royal, right? Somebody's coming in. It's like a gauntlet. And then the last two, they face off, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is going to be the special guest referee. And then the winner gets the belt, the NWA Championship belt, right? So let me drop. Y'all know how I am out there with the facts and the stats and the names. You know what I mean? So, man, let me drop some names on y'all, and then we're gonna go through this thing. All right. So you
hmm
had Brian Christopher, you know what I mean, who, you know, Grandmaster Sex A. All right. You had Vampire Warrior, Gangrel, Jeff Jarrett, of course, Buff Bagwell, Norman Smiley, K Crush, also known as R-Truth, Rick Steiner, Scott Hall, Conan, Ken Shamrock, Slash, Apollo, who looked like a rip-off Batista, Del Rios, who looked like a rip-off of Scott Steiner. And I was waiting for Rick Steiner to get his hands on him, but I'm trying to tell you. Ken Shamrock, and man, let me tell you. Dang. When I saw that joint, that just took me back, man. I was in like a time warp, y'all. So, like I said, if you like old school wrestling, you like nostalgia, this match right here definitely has it all. I'm not a big fan of Ricky Smiley in the ring. However, I have heard about Ricky Smiley's work, helping with the talents, and he is great with the talent, a great person to be around. I heard nothing but good things about Ricky Smiley. So to see Ricky Smiley in this match doing his
Norman
thing
Smiley.
Norman Smiley, excuse me. Sorry, Ricky. Norman Smiley doing his thing.
I'm about to say, to see Ricky Smiley.
All the fans out there.
That shit like 3 times though, yo.
Hey, to all the fans out there, because I like to keep the facts and the stats.
Right, well, get your stats right, motherfucker.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
Hey,
I mean, shit, it happens. You know what I mean? But to see Norman Smiley out there, you know what I'm saying? That shit was hilarious for a hot second. You know what I mean? So this match brought back a lot of, nostalgic and everything. So going around the square circle, what y'all fellas think about this show? Mad Max, what you think about the match?
Oh man, the whole match. I mean, it gave me Royal Rumble vibes, of course, but with a twist. Hey, like you said, it was a lot of familiar faces on that joint, man. So I can't really say too much bad about it. You know what I mean? Even goddamn Toby Keith came out there and got his goddamn revenge off on Jeff Jarrett and all that. How him
right.
and
Hey, didn't he hit him with like a suplex?
and threw that nigga the fuck out the yeah, he hit that nigga with a perfect suplex, bro.
Hey, hold on a second, Mad Max. Hold on a second, Mad Max. We gotta address something. And I ain't mean to interrupt you, right? I'll let you come back in. But Hollywood T, you have to agree. All of these, we said this previous show. All of these people that's coming in, you want to come in and do some wrestling stuff, step it up. You had a fucking music star doing a suplex, Shaq going through 2Tay. Oh, y'all gotta step it up.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Bunny.
Hold on, you said Snoop?
Bunny.
Yeah.
Bunny.
We'll say that for women.
That Bunny's actually pretty good, man.
Yeah, he ain't really did nothing too bad yet. But Snoop and that goddamn off the top rope joint, come on, man. That was epic.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
But finishing with my thoughts of the match though. I mean, overall, the match was dope, man. You know what I'm saying? It was cool to see Shamrock, get that belt. You know what I mean? Because I've always been a fan of Ken Shamrock. I ain't gonna fake. That's been my nigga. Now, them sideburns he had kind of killed me though, but that's also shit. But it was cool to see a bunch of familiar faces in that Rumble, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, I can't really say too much bad about that match. I love Royal Rumble type matches anyway. Those have always been one of my favorite pay-per-views growing up even to now. So to see that was dope, man. I can't say nothing bad about it.
Okay. Hollywood, I got a question for you. You know I like to be devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying? I know you're going to keep it 100, right? How did you feel when Malice came into the match?
Who?
Malice.
Who?
The one that came in and started. The one that came in and started eliminating all the minorities.
Fake Kane.
I know who.
Yeah, with the hair, fake ass big Van Hammer on steroids.
I know who y'all talking about. I'm saying who. But nah, yeah, that was. It was racial tones in this whole pay-per-view. So yeah, so I mean, I are you asking me about that part, or are you asking me about the match as a whole?
Oh, I just asked you that part to bring you in, but I'm asking you the match as a whole. You know,
okay.
I'm just trying to be controversial with you.
I need you to do me a favor, Marshall. Okay, so you know how all right, so you know how they be like, can I kick it?
Yes, I can.
No, yes, you can.
Mhm.
Me. You were
Okay.
talking to me, right?
Right.
All right. So you got to do a little bit quicker than that because it was a little bit delay. All right. All
Why
right.
you messing with me today, man? I thought we was cool, man.
No. I'm gonna set this up. I'm gonna set this up. I'm gonna
Alright.
set it up. Ready?
Right.
Ready? Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Can I trash it?
Yes, you can.
This shit, man. Listen, okay. First of all, the shot clock they had was trash. They couldn't have come up with something better. The shot, it looked like the NBA or NBC shot clock back in the day.
I know what you're talking about. The countdown timer. That joke did look NBA is a motherfucker with the clock though.
That shit was horrible.
And then I was a little confused about how they had the organization. I thought like it wasn't exactly like every 90 seconds somebody came out.
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't. Because one point in time, it was like a whole good 5 minutes. Nobody came out. I was like, huh? What was
And then
going
at
on?
one point, another 20 seconds somebody came out.
Yeah, and it was okay. So the match was okay. If it was executed the way they wanted it to be executed, it could have been something creative. I agree with Maxx, man. It did give Royal Rumble vibes, but the way it looks, it was like because a battle royal usually every man is in the ring when the battle royal starts.
Off the rip, yeah.
Right, off the rip. So it kind of was like that, but but you couldn't win until everybody got in. So that it was confusing at times, but it was a solid match. It was good to see Gangrel. This was the WWE 1998 mid card. So if you watch WWE, you'll see all your familiar faces.
Not facts.
And they was pointing them out too.
Yeah,
that's the crazy thing.
That's what I mean by the commentary.
Oh yeah, they would call out their history and all that, where they was from and all that.
I think Vince bought TNA and then sold it to somebody else because it just seemed like he had his money in it some way because I swear they said WWF superstar and WWF this.
ECW,
right? Ex champion from this league or that league, like yo.
I'm not mad with Shamrock winning. Shamrock deserve. I think. Okay, how can I put this? Because I like to play devil's advocate. I don't think anyone, when it comes to your job, you technically deserve anything. I think you earn it, and I think Shamrock earned it based on his career. I think that he could have been a world champion in WWE at some point, but it's good to see him as the NWA. He won. And it was good to see Steamboat out there. It was a solid as overall. It was a solid product, but I do agree with Maxx. The way they explained it, the match didn't come out the way they explained it. It was like sometimes they had different times where different people came out. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. I got lost in the match a couple times. The beginning to me was Jeff Jarrett interrupted and was that like Marshall, it caught my attention because I was dozing off my darn self and I was like, hold up, wait a minute, did he just do what I just think he did?
Right.
Let me rewind that real quick. But yeah, that I wouldn't have had that type of match for my first pay-per-view and the champion. Yep.
That's with the finish.
Yeah. So but it was a treat to see. Because of the names. The names is what did it for me, You call somebody a fake Batista, he did look like a fake Batista and a fake Scott Steiner. You know who looked good out there in the beginning when he first came out there? Rick Steiner.
Yeah.
Rick Steiner looked good.
He get that one suplex when he first came out.
He came out clothesline like 5 niggas off the break.
Yeah, he came out. He came out strong. He came out strong. It was good to see him the way they put him out there. It was good to see a lot of them. And you got to remember, this is coming off the heels of WCW just closing down, and WWE being the only show in town for a little bit. A lot of these guys we hadn't seen on TV for a while. So it was good. It was solid.
Like my man Buff Bagwell, you know?
No, I never want to see him on TV.
Nah.
His mom called off of work for him. That's why he wasn't in WWE no more.
Nah, facts. But nah, I always, you know what I'm saying, saw him growing up from a youngin', dog. So to see him back out there on
Before he
that
was
joint,
Buff
it's like, oh,
Bagwell.
all right. Right,
That's right.
yeah.
I
He was
remember him
just
when he was Marcus
he was
Alexander
just Mark,
Bagwell.
yeah, Marcus Alexander Bagwell, the young kid with the goddamn wrestling tights like everybody and no gimmick
Before
yet.
the roids.
You
That
know
was before the
what's
roids, before he tried to look like
Right.
he tried to look like
Uh-huh.
Rick Scott.
you know what's interesting about him since you opened up the conversation about him? What's interesting about him is, and the reason why I made it, a joke about not wanting to see him, is we had watched him before the NWO Bagwell. We did watch the potential he had, and to me, he is one of the strangest cases because he regressed. Like when he first came on, and when he was Marcus Alexander Bagwell,
Yeah.
it seemed like he had potential that he could have been, maybe a champion or holding a belt, some type of belt for a lengthy period of time. But then when he became Buff Bagwell, it was like his in
He
ring
just became a
regressed.
puppet, kind of.
Yeah,
He became an NWO puppet. I get what you're talking about.
yeah,
Like,
but even his in ring style regressed. You know what I'm saying? Like his matches
yeah,
weren't as
yeah,
entertaining
nah.
anymore.
I get what you're talking about. He wasn't as agile. He wasn't doing all the
Yeah,
moves he was doing back in the day and shit. Now you're
Yeah,
right
he was
about
too
that.
buff. All
But
and
them
his
roids.
tan was horrible.
he was always an entertaining motherfucker to me for some odd, strange reason. You know what I'm saying? I can't put my finger on it, but it was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, your in-ring
You like his
ability went
promos.
down, but your character kind of was still entertaining to watch to a key. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Okay.
I just give him that.
Okay. Quavo, what are your thoughts about the match? How do you feel about seeing all these legends
Yeah, no, it was good to watch. I mean,
Hold on,
and
legends,
some not
legends.
so
Whoa, whoa,
and
whoa,
some hold on,
whoa,
I just
whoa,
about to
whoa, whoa,
correct
whoa,
it
whoa,
and
whoa,
some
whoa,
not so
whoa, whoa.
legends.
Whoa,
What was
What?
he?
I was just about to correct myself, Hollywood, and some not so legends.
All
Some
these
not so
legends.
legends.
He said this was the
Okay.
B grade.
I'm
This was
sorry.
the
I'm
B
sorry,
grade Royal
Quavo.
Rumble.
I'm sorry,
no,
Quavo.
I'm glad you caught it, bro. I was like, wait,
Because
hold on,
y'all,
wait.
listen, I'm gonna have to set y'all straight sometimes, man. First, y'all gave the damn midget match an 8, and now y'all talking
We
about
didn't give the
legends.
midget
Oh, we
match
didn't get a
We
8.
said
midget
the
match.
midget
No,
match.
Whoa,
no.
whoa.
We didn't even
Gonna have
rate
to
that
play
match,
back the
Who
fool.
tape.
said
No, I know
Hollywood?
that y'all didn't
Hollywood. We
give
didn't
the
even
midget.
rate the
I
we
know
didn't
that
even
y'all.
rate the midget match.
I know
We
that
went
y'all.
past it.
Quavo, that's my point. I set you up for that, fool. I know that you didn't rate the midget match at 8, but if you rate anything on this damn pay-per-view at 8 with the midgets on it, you should not be giving ratings. Now, I yield the rest of my time to Quavo. I'm sorry.
Okay, so once again, Quavo, how did you feel about seeing some of these legends and not so legends in this in this match?
8?
Oh shit! But yeah, what was your thoughts, man?
It was it was interesting. I liked seeing Abyss before being Abyss. R-Truth did good work in here. Conan did work in here. Gangrel, seeing him as the vampire warrior was decent. I didn't like having Malice and Shamrock at the end, but seeing Shamrock take that belt at the end was worth it. You know what I mean?
I didn't like the finish though. What did you think about that finish? I didn't like that. I
It
thought
was
it was
horrible.
like sloppy.
It's
You know what
horrible.
I'm saying? I think
And they
it
could
was
have
supposed
finished
to
it a
end.
lot sooner, man. I personally didn't like how they kept putting like what's called the holds. He would keep putting Malice in these holds, and you would just see Malice like slamming and tapping on the mat, and I'm like, bro, are you tapping out or not, dude? And I'm
Right.
like, what the fuck is going on here, dude?
Right.
But the fact that it was done, I was like, all right, bet, give Ken the belt. Let's keep this shit going. Done.
Okay. So, what would you rate that whole shindig? Get your quick rating right quick on all that action.
Well, see, for it trying to be what it was, I'm still giving it a 7.
Okay. Mad Max.
I'd probably give it like a overall
Mm.
6.5, 7 maybe.
6.5,
And
7.
that's only because it was a Royal Rumble style match. Other than that, like I say, besides seeing a few legends, I mean, wasn't nothing super exciting about it.
Okay.
But it was what it was.
Okay. Hollywood.
6.
4. 6.
6.
Okay.
6.
All right. Cool. What else? And that was the match. Then we had to end it with. I kind of liked how it ended, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Jeff Jarrett, Scott Hall fighting at the end. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to end a pay per view with some action. You know what I mean? What y'all think?
Yes, I mean set up that little match for next week. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was good to watch.
I think that we're done talking about this pay-per-view.
Yep, and that was the end of it. So
Yeah, that's
but
basically
overall, I enjoyed it. You know, it was a great
Trash.
throwback.
it.
For this to be, you know, saying an old school show for those of y'all that love old school wrestling. My suggestion, Soul Man suggestion, is go ahead and check it out if you got some time. I give the overall pay-per-view a 7, 6.5. You know, it had its moments. You know, it had its cringy moments as we talked about, where you know, so when you want to fast forward through the jumps. So if you're watching it, you know, and you're listening to us, hey, now you know where to fast forward past. You know what I mean? Whole pay-per-view. I'm gonna save Hollywood for last because he probably gonna come out with a bunch of money. I want to laugh a little bit. I want to see what he say. Quavo, whole pay-per-view. Give me your rating.
Yeah, the whole pay per view. I'm giving it a 7.
That's 7 whole pay-per-view. Okay.
Yeah.
Matt.
It wasn't botch-tastic, so
It wasn't Botchville.
it wasn't Botchville. It can get a 7. It's good.
Okay. Max.
Overall, I'm gonna probably give it a 5 out of 5, maybe a 6 overall. And that's just because there was a lot of boring shit that did happen in the joint. But overall, for a pay-per-view, to me, it should have been longer. Like the shit wasn't even 2 hours long.
Right, it's like what, hour and a half or something like that.
So, yeah, like an
2
hour
hours?
45, something like that. So it should have been longer. If y'all want to be an inaugural pay-per-view, y'all need to make a statement, and y'all could have had a better lineup than the bullshit we saw, like the midget shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mike's favorite match.
The motherfucking Johnsons and all that shit. Like
Mike's second favorite match.
I said the only thing that really stood out about this pay-per-view to me was the gauntlet for the gold. Like the AJ Styles, Loki, and Jerry Lynn and the Elvis match, like it was cool to watch, but that wasn't pay-per-view worthy. So I don't know. They just did that just to give a preview of their X division, I guess. But I'm sure they had some better wrestlers in the back than the fucking flying Elvises to go against AJ and Loki and all them. So that shit kind of threw me off. You know what I mean? K Crush, his whole little shit, it was funny. It was cool. I did enjoy that. But everything else, yeah, it should have been a better pay-per-view to me. That's some shit I could have saw on Tuesday night.
Okay. Hollywood.
Hey Marshall, since I'm the only person that listens to what you say on this show, I give it a 5.
Okay.
You know why I said that?
What's that?
Because I'm the only one that's not going to give you a whole essay about the pay-per-view. You just asked for a quick number.
Hey, I just had to give a full
Quavo.
breakdown.
Hey,
man.
Quavo, you piece of shit, Quavo. Don't you ever take my shit again. I am the botcherific, botchavania guy. Don't take my stuff and use it, okay? I don't take your stuff and use it. Don't take my material and use it, okay? Please.
Where the Love Guru at? Where the Love Guru at? Love Guru took the week off.
He's
coming.
coming.
He's spreading love.
He's coming. He's coming. He's just waiting for you to get rid of. Stop talking about this stupid stuff.
Look, Mike T's the Sami Zayn right now, but
I see. You got his whole camera crew over there and everything. Shit. Film the documentary. All right,
right.
well, here's
just
another
mad at everything. Hey, tell him why you mad, son.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell him why you mad, son.
Oh shit. Hey, we're moving on. You know what I'm saying? So I hope we get rid of that asshole and bring out the Love Guru. All right. So if y'all notice, when TNA first started out, these Bamans had a 4-sided ring, right? Now I never knew that. I thought
no bullshit.
that they had the 6-sided jump. You know what I mean? Right. So here's the history behind that. All right. So of course we know that TNA was founded by Jeff and Jerry Jarrett. All right. And it started in 2002 with 4 sides. All right. They switched to the 6-sided rings in June of 2004. Then in January of 2010, they switched back. I think it was. Okay. Then they had a fan poll in June of 2014, and the fans decided, hey, we want the 6-sided ring, right? Then in January of 2018, I guess they was like, fuck what the fans think. We're gonna do what we want to do. And Impact announced that they was going back to the 4-sided ring. So what do y'all think about Impact, you know what I'm saying, switch back and forth from the 4 to the 6-sided ring? Because you had a lot of wrestlers say, yeah, that 6-sided ring was a piece of shit. I didn't like it. I didn't like working in it. It was, a work hazard, even though what they do is a work hazard. But, it was added more danger to it. You know what I mean? So what do y'all think? We'll go to our special guest, you know what I'm saying, Mad Maxx. What do you think about the whole ringside changes? Because me and you know what I'm saying, basically watch wrestling together majority of the time, coming up together, you know what I'm saying, even our adulthood. And we never knew that, you know what I'm saying, they had the 4 sides, you know what I mean, until recently.
Right.
You know
Nah,
what I mean? So what is, go ahead.
it was a surprise to me when I saw the pay-per-view when I did. I was like, wait, they actually did have 4 sides at one point. Because when I started watching TNA, you know what I mean, which was like what, 2009, between '09, '10, something like that. That's when I got into it. You know what I'm saying? That's when like AJ was that dude or they and all that. And I saw a 6-sided ring. You know what I'm saying? I saw goddamn Hulk Hogan or Bischoff, all them. It was like, you know what I'm saying, the niggas running the show or whatever, but goddamn, to find out that they actually went back to a 4-sided ring at some point, and then they had went back to a 6-sided ring again. It's like, okay, hold up. Because when I was watching the whole team, I just knew 6. Even when they went back to a 4 again, like I didn't really, you know what I'm saying, I didn't know about that because I had kind of stopped watching it at that point. I was back on like WWE shit heavy. You know what I mean? So to see that they go back and forth like that, it's like, all right, I mean, I get why some wrestlers will be disgruntled about it because like certain legends and shit, it's like, all right, like Hogan was telling it, a 4-sided ring is where, real wrestling went down at. That's what everybody knew. But I also like the advantages of a 6-sided ring. You gotta watch your back at all angles and that shit. Plus it gives you more opportunity to do more moves. And when I was watching TNA back then, dog, the shit was lit. You know what I mean? Like I was seeing moves being done that I never seen in WWE or WCW or shit like that. So it had my attention. Like I wasn't complaining. You know what I mean? I like the 6-sided ring, if you want my opinion, fully.
Yeah, that's why I really like AJ was that dude. Because that's when I was seeing, I think like AJ and Christopher Daniels having their beef.
Niggas like
You know
them,
what I'm saying? Gail Kim was out there, I think. You know what I'm saying? Her and Awesome Kong was having their beef. You know what I'm saying? Like she was sick out there with it. And like you said, we were seeing, I think because of the design of that ring, we wasn't going to see those moves in WWF or WWE. You know what I mean? Like that was my thought of it. Like, damn, maybe the rings give them like super wrestling move powers or some shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean?
And then, if I'm not mistaken, did we even see Macho Man on that jump for a minute? Like right before he passed away?
I believe so.
Yeah, like if I'm not mistaken, even like because TNA had some players though. Like back then, they roster was strong, man. Like I saw a lot of motherfuckers on there that I hadn't seen in years. So hey, back then I was a fan, man.
Okay. Quavo, what you think about the change up from the 4 sides to the 6 sides, back to the 4 sides, back to the 6 sides, back to the 4 sides, back again?
Yeah, you know what? Just to be fun, let's just take all the rings off. Just no sides, no turnbuckles.
Do that shit like Bloodsport. Throw him off the ring. Throw him into the sand, goddamn.
Throw him into the wall. Hit him with the steel rail. If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies. Okay,
we want Bloodsport style.
If he flies back, all right, get back into the move.
They're gonna be out there in the Bloodsport ring. Frank Duke style.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. No, they couldn't make the decision. I personally like having the 6 sides, just because it brought something new. It was a fresh taste. You know what I mean? Something different. And like Mad Maxx said, you got to see moves that you wouldn't normally see in a 4 ring environment. You know, that the square circle creates that kind of like opportunity and platform, but seeing it with those 6 sides, you were able to see a lot of matches that you just wouldn't be able to see with 4 corners, um, and 4 sides of that ring. So I think they should have kept it, but seeing how they tried to do the transition and make it more, I guess, user friendly for whoever was wrestling in those matches, you can see why they had to keep making those transitions because it's not designed for everyone to be able to wrestle on it unless you have
Mm-hmm.
experience doing so.
Mm-hmm.
And Kurt, I think he does a good breakdown on the difference of that too.
Mm-hmm.
AJ does it as well. But you also see that a lot of other competitors that have wrestled in the 6 sided rings like James Storm and Bobby Roode, um, they also do well in the 4 corners. So I feel like it didn't hurt them to have the wrestlers there. And maybe that would have been that one thing that probably would have elevated them to be like, oh, well, your wrestlers in your WWE network brand can't even wrestle in the 6 sides. They can't even hang. Had they done that and like kept their originality, I think they probably would have done differently. But it's speculation at this point. But yeah, that's how I feel about it.
So, do you feel like AJ has an advantage because saying thriving so much in WWE now? And I know this is an old school show, but just asking, right?
Well,
Quick
I
question,
think
yes or
I
no?
think it added to his experience, but I wouldn't say it's the only thing that defines him as
Mm-hmm.
a wrestler to take it up to that caliber level.
Mm-hmm.
But you definitely did see a lot of good matches with him in the six
Mm-hmm.
sides of the rings because it's
Oh yeah,
X Division, some of the best
X
X Division
Division,
matches,
baby.
some of the
Yeah.
best
Definitely
X
see.
Division matches. I think my first match seeing him was No Surrender. I think it was Joe. No, it was
And Joe
Kurt.
was sick when he was out there too.
Was it Joe?
Oh,
Yeah, it was.
Samoa
It was
Joe?
Joe. It was Joe,
Mm-hmm.
AJ, and Christopher Daniels. I think that was one of the
Yeah,
fastest
Fallen
pacest
Angel.
match, and it
Yeah.
was in 6 sides, bro. So yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Those were some of my favorite rivalries right there when I was watching TNA between those three guys, man. You know what I mean? Especially Joe, man. Joe was so fucking sick with it, bro. Like, what? Come on now.
And
Hollywood.
Joe was a lot nastier with it back then.
Yeah, yeah, back then. Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
soft now, bro. I
He
mean,
retired, man.
Right. Oh,
Hollywood, what are your thoughts on the 6 sided, 4 sided, I-95, 7-Eleven, 64 sided ring?
Um, well, I think well, I kind of disagree a little bit with Jose because Jose said they was accommodating the guys that couldn't work the 6 sided ring, and I think that's what they went wrong at. I think that's the issue with TNA, and why the nostalgic feel of TNA died. Um, One, they got rid of the 6 sided ring because older talent didn't like the 6 sided ring. The younger talent loved the 6 sided ring. The older talent that had wrestled in WWE and this is the way you're supposed to do it, brother. Those type of guys, they liked the 4 sided ring. And those guys were kind of the people that kind of killed off what TNA could have been. Um,
nah, facts.
and they got the 6 sided so the whole 6 sided ring thing wasn't new. TNA didn't come up with that. They got that from Mexico, AAA wrestling. Um, they had the 6 sided ring, and to this day they still actually have the 6 sided ring, um, which is funny. And like you said, this is we're not talking about new school, but Kenny Omega is the current champion of AAA. So, but I think once they got rid of the 6 sided ring, that's when everything died for them. That's when it just became another wrestling show. Instead of it being its own unique wrestling show, it just became
Yep.
another wrestling show that was on TV. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and ironically, like I said, with the older guys, once they went to the 4 sided ring, look at the show and look who was getting pushed the most: Hogan, Sting, um, the main event Mafia. Things of that nature. Well, the main event Mafia was 6 sided ring as well to a certain point, but that came back with the 4 sided ring, and they were just
Jeff
you know
Jarrett and
yeah,
all
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
yeah, they started they went away, and that's part of the reason why TNA kind of went down because instead of keeping and let's not get it twisted, they gave AJ a great run, but
Mm-hmm.
they didn't focus on AJ as they should have. AJ should have been their Hogan, and
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
and
Facts.
Yeah.
and, and they
Mm-hmm.
didn't do that with him. They didn't pay him whatever he wanted to stay there. if he wanted a 6-sided ring, because I did see that Jose brought it up. I did see the conversation with Kurt Angle and Sting and AJ Styles, and they were talking about TNA, the 6-sided ring. Kurt and Sting hated it. AJ loved it. And that's what I mean by your younger talent, which was the future of your company. Those guys were the guys that you should have been listening to, because they were going to be around for the next 15 to 10 years. I mean, 10 to 15 years. So
Mike basically just broke down what I was saying. Like, yeah, because when the 6-sided ring was popping, the younger talent was more so running the show. But you had the older legends there just to bring in viewers and the fans. But the younger talent that they did have was the ones that was really putting in that work. And the older talent was there to really push them over and get shit popping.
And I mean, just look at you could go back and look at TNA, even when the famous feud between Ric Flair and Jay Lethal, that was in the 4-sided ring.
Oh,
man, why the hell? I understand. It's Ric Flair, but should Ric Flair have been in the feud with anyone at that point in time? No, he should have just been a mouthpiece. He shouldn't have been a focal point of the show at all at that point. And that's what I mean.
They were just doing that for views and ratings, I think.
Well, no, I think that was the strokes of egos. I think that's what the strokes of ego. Remember, he was supposed to be retired at that point.
Yeah, I think you're right.
How many times did Flair retire?
But I'm about to say, how many times has this man retired and came back? Like,
no, that was supposed to be. That was after he lost to Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. He wasn't supposed to go to TNA after that. Yeah, that was after I Love You, and he kicked you, super kicked him.
Yeah, this was supposed to be over for him.
Yeah.
Mick Foley went over. Mick Foley was in TNA at a point in time. Hogan was in TNA for a point in time.
Yeah, like I said, they had all the legends. Everybody who wasn't in WWE at the time was over there.
But that's what messed them up.
I think.
That's what messed them up.
And what really killed TNA for the motherfucker, what put the nail in their coffin was when they tried to go up against the Monday Night Wars like WCW did. Yep. Like they should have just stuck to the program that they had. Like now, granted, I got a few more viewers with it, but y'all shouldn't have did that.
Nope, I agree. I 100% agree. So
because that's when Hogan and Bischoff got in there and they tried to relive that whole alliance bullshit. And
they were the focal points of the show. And that's what I mean. They were the focal points of the show. You got Hogan, you got Bischoff. You have a talent like AJ Styles. Why isn't he the focal point of the show?
Now let's just hope. Now I know this is an old school session, and I'm sorry to interject, but I'm sorry it's an old school session. But let's just hope that Paul White, aka Big Show, doesn't do the same shit for AEW. Like,
what do you mean? They already did it. We're not gonna talk about new school, but they've already made that same mistake. And if you listen to the Sunday show, we'll explain. We already explained it to you guys why they made the mistake. But yeah, they've already made that mistake. Okay. They've already made that mistake on with AEW. They've made that mistake.
Check out Sunday show, y'all. Go check out Sunday show.
Yeah, and like it should never snow in Jacksonville. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nah, facts.
Never snow in Jacksonville.
Like, yeah, that's a whole other topic right there.
But I yield the rest of my time. I think they should have stayed with the 6 side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely believe that.
Definitely, I think we all in agreement with that one, young.
Quabo, any final thoughts on
man,
TNA?
I feel like they shouldn't have gotten rid of it. It made me want to watch it. So should have kept it. Should have kept it, bro.
Should have kept it, man. You probably would have been around, TNA. Probably would have been around. All right. Moving on. All right, old schools. So it's that appreciation time, all right? And so the first person that we're going to appreciate, all right, you know how I do, going down the line. All right, I had a little J. Will moment earlier, but we're going to clean it up right now, all right? And this first superstar, RIP to her. So there you go. It's a legend. That's a female that's no longer here, all right? Debuted in 1997. Held the IC title twice, dropping gems on him twice. And this next phrase is probably gonna give it away, but she's the only woman to do so. All right, first woman to enter the Royal Rumble, King of the Ring, and be #1 contender for the WWF champion. All right. She is the ninth wonder of the world. Andre's the eighth wonder of the world. So she rightfully the ninth wonder of the world. The one and only Joan Marie Lauer, but you know her as China. So, fellas, I want to get y'all thoughts on China. You know what I'm saying? Like, she went to New Japan, went to TNA, was in Playboy twice, and she's a Hall of Famer. What's y'all think on China? Hollywood, what's your thoughts on the ninth wonder of the world, China?
Well, I'm gonna change my tone a little bit on this one because one thing I don't do is I don't disrespect the dead and I respect the greats. And China, man, China to me, and people might call me crazy, greatest woman wrestler of all time. Period. Period. Um,
Mm,
China was a beast. She made, put it this way, there was women wrestling before her. Um, she elevated women to in wrestling that they could do the impossible.
mhm,
She was great in DX. She was great as Triple H's manager, but then she had her own career when she broke up from Triple H.
mhm,
Um, she was running with Eddie Guerrero.
mhm.
She was she,
Latino Heat.
yeah, she had a run in TNA. She had a run in New Japan. But just to work as a WWE, I wish it would have lasted longer in WWE. Again, I
Mm,
don't speak on the dead, so I'm not going to speculate about all the rumors and stuff that happened because she's not here to defend her. So,
mm,
but if she would have had a longer run in WWE, I think we would be talking about her in the top five wrestlers of all time. Period, not just women.
mhm,
Um,
mhm.
she was a trailblazer, man. We don't get to see a Charlotte Flair if it wasn't for China. You
Mm.
know, those type of women.
Jade Cargill. Mhm.
Yeah, Jade Cargill. We don't get to see those type of women. Um, you had to still
Bianca
be,
Belair.
yeah, well, uh, Rhea Ripley.
Mhm.
You don't get to see those type of
Beth
women if it wasn't
Phoenix.
Beth Phoenix. That's another one. You don't get to see
Mhm.
the glamazon if it's not a China. And she just was everything that I've heard about her. She was a nice person. She was a great woman. And yeah, man, she's missed. I wish that she would have gotten to go in the Hall of Fame before she died. I
Mhm.
think that from everything that I've read or I've heard, that was one thing that she really wanted to do. Um, and I think that she deserved it. Things happen the way they happen, but I'm glad that she's a Hall of Famer. She's should be talked about more and appreciated more. That's why we're appreciating her today on the show. Because yeah, man, she was great. I mean, I just think about when Triple H was Shawn Michaels as well. That heel run when he was going into WrestleMania 14 and he was beating everybody and she was helping, or the DX skits, or when she bought her boobs and it was like something's different, you know, and she was just like, she would try to not smile or break her mean face, and she had a great smile, man. She was a great female, and shouts out to her, shouts out to her family, shouts out to everybody that had anything to do with China, man.
Mhm, mhm. Facts, facts. Quavo, what are your thoughts on the ninth wonder of the world, China?
Oh, I love me some China, man. China is like Hollywood said, she was the ninth wonder. She was basically elevated the way we looked at female wrestlers. And she had a way of doing that and impacting everybody and still I think we've said a lot with like Awesome Kong and a lot of these other female wrestlers that the persona that they show on screen can be completely different than how they are in real life. And being able to see both sides, it really lets you appreciate their character a little more. And seeing how far they were able to go, being the opposite spectrum. And I think I really enjoyed that about her too. But she's been what's it called she's been always been a great addition, but she's also been a good focal point. And I think that's what has made her a great talent in this business. Is that you can really put her in any promotion and she'll still bring in the crowd and also still bring in the work. You get what I'm saying? Like it's
Mhm.
not just somebody putting up a pretty face on the poster. She's actually going to give you a match worth watching. And you saw that with her runs with the IC belt. She handled herself with a lot of male wrestlers, and you saw her manhandling them, and you were like, yo, she knows what she's doing. And I enjoyed her the most when she was doing her run with Guerrero, when she had that little long storyline with Guerrero. I was like, that's
Latino
freaking
heat.
hey, yes,
Yeah.
man.
Of course you love that.
The right to censor bullcrap. That show was hilarious, dude. I mean, oh my
Yeah.
god. But yeah, no, I really appreciated China because she did a lot of work. And we got to see her, do a lot of, uh, um, I guess, milestones and I guess barrier breaking for the female wrestlers of today, which I appreciate a lot because now we're not just seeing like these fluff pieces, kind of like we did in this last pay per view, where it's just like, why do we even have them on there? Like they didn't even do a match. We saw a random cat fight. To now we actually have female wrestlers that are actually putting in work and actually doing better than male wrestlers, and elevating the game of play. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I
Okay.
appreciate it, man.
Okay. Mad Max, what do you have to say about the ninth wonder of the world, China? And fun fact, I did not know like her first match was against a guy that was dressed as a woman. So I guess the guy was dressed in drag, I guess. And that was her first match. So she didn't wrestle a woman in her wrestling debut. She wrestled a man, which is crazy. But what are your thoughts,
Wonderful.
Mad Max, on China?
We didn't see her touch a woman
Right.
for a minute. We didn't see her even
Yeah,
get
nah,
involved with a
facts.
woman for a
And
minute.
see, and that's just what I was about to say. Like, see, the best thing I love about her is she fucked more dudes up in the ring than she did females. Like, bruh, she was something different. Like, for real. Like, she was, when she first came out, like, dog, you could tell she was like cut like a bag of dope, damn near almost as big as like a female version of the Ultimate Warrior type shit. You know what I mean? Had that physique that you never seen on a female ever. Like you had, females like Sable and all them other little joints coming out. They cute. They could wrestle good with Woo. But when you had China come out the cut, bruh, she was something different. You know what I mean? She changed the game for real. Like to see her literally lift niggas over her head. Like she lifting up some weights or something, bruh, and do the Ultimate Warrior press slam on Bama's type shit. Like, come on. And she was cute doing that shit. Like, I ain't gonna fake. You know what I'm saying? She was fine as shit. She was built like a motherfucker, but she was dope, dog. Like, I love me some China, bro. Like, I was a huge fan. And then when she got, you know what I mean, that whole DX segment and her in the cut, bruh, first off, Triple H kept the belt as long as he did because of her. You know what I mean? He would have been lost that shit, dog. You know what I mean?
She gonna
So,
get a manicure and a pedicure and still come and give a nigga a forearm.
bro, straight up, cuz. But like you said, and for her to, you know what I mean, actually hit the men's Royal Rumble and fuck niggas up in that joint, you know what I mean?
First woman to do
Like,
that.
come on, dog. Like, she literally set the bar for women's wrestling. Like, she is what you call God tier. So, and for real, I mean, ain't nobody really came through and did what she did. I mean, Nia Jax, they had her come through and, fuck a few niggas up and all that. You know what I mean? They had a couple other little joints, but ain't nobody did what she did. And she will go down in history for that. You know what I mean? I don't care what nobody else out there in the outside world got to say about her, bruh. She get all praises from me, bruh.
It's kind of like how, and I'm glad Max said it. Hogan's gimmick was based off of someone else's gimmick. Ric Flair's gimmick was based off of somebody else's gimmick. There's a lot of gimmicks that remind you of the older gimmicks. When AJ Lee was doing her thing, that was kind of like, and she had her muscle. It was kind of like a Shawn Michaels type thing with Diesel. China was the first to do everything that we've named.
Right.
She wasn't the first woman wrestler. she wasn't the first woman wrestler,
Nah.
but she was the first to
So,
do a
yeah.
lot of things that
She
she
set
did.
the bar.
You know,
She didn't come out as like Miss
Yeah,
Elizabeth
she's-
did as a manager. No, she came out as an
She
enforcer.
came out as a wrestler, as an
As
enforcer.
an
You know what
enforcer.
I'm
Yeah,
saying?
she was the enforcer.
Well, yeah, as an
Like how
enforcer,
most dudes come
like
out.
a bodyguard and shit.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
a bodyguard.
and she came out of
she was the
nowhere.
female. She was the female Mr. Hughes back in the
Mr.
day.
Hughes, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't want to get too lengthy on it, because we got other people to talk about to give other roses
Nah,
to.
fact.
But I will say the story how they met her was cool too. They met her working out,
Mhm.
In the gym.
and she wasn't a wrestler at the time or none of that. She was just working out, and
And see that's how they
picked
used
her
to
up.
recruit a lot of wrestlers back in the day. Though they would catch
Yeah,
them in the gym, just looking a
yeah.
certain way, be like, "Yo, you ever think about wrestling? I
It
can
wasn't
get
no
you in."
performance center then.
whoop, whoop,
Yep,
whoop.
yep.
Nope.
Mhm.
So they were just recruiting motherfuckers.
Meet me at this spot, this garage, this backyard.
Exactly.
And she
You know what I
came
mean?
through and she did it, man.
Yeah.
She
She
did
showed
it.
up and showed out.
Showed out. So mad props to China, man. I
Right.
agree with Max. I
R.I.P.
agree.
to the Queen, man.
Yeah, I agree with Max. She's in that tier by herself.
Mhm.
There's other female goats in female wrestling, but she's in the tier. Trish, Lita, they're goats for different reasons.
Yeah, nah, facts.
Right.
China's a
Right.
goat for her
China
own
was just
reason.
different,
She made
dog.
her
She
Yeah.
own
was
lane.
different,
She
man.
really did.
Like if she wanted, if they really wanted to, the same way how they made Brock, they could have made China
Mhm.
for the females, and all she would have been doing was
Ooh.
punishing
Yeah.
females.
Straight up. I mean, she
Devastating.
did.
She still would have had the belt. She would have
She
been alive
did
now.
do
She
that.
still would have had the belt.
She was still at it. Right,
No.
she
She did
she was
do
still at
that
a
though.
belt.
Like she was punishing every female they put in the ring with her. I mean, of course, Vince gonna write a couple scripts where a couple females might get their shit off, but like, come on, realistically,
Yeah, but she only had
wasn't
it.
no female fucking with her for real.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying like she didn't have that Goldberg thing. Like she was punishing women, but she was having matches with women. I'm talking about she
Right.
should have had the Brock Suplex City beat you in 2 minutes, 5 minutes, however.
Oh yeah,
And
like
she
yeah,
was,
Brock Lesnar,
but
Ultimate Warrior type shit.
but here's the kicker: she was doing that to men.
Yeah,
So
that's what gives her the
yeah,
fucking
that's what
high
gives her.
praise. That's what gives her
Yeah,
that God tier.
yep,
Because she was in there wrecking niggas,
yep.
bench pressing
That's
them
rank
niggas over
superstar right
her
there.
head. You know what I'm saying? Dropping them niggas like they wasn't shit.
Yep. So mad props and love to her, man.
Yes. Hey, matter of fact, hey, I gotta give a giggity goo to China. Giggity goo. All right. We love you. All right.
Giggity,
R.I.P. Hey, can I get a giggity for China?
Giggity.
Giggity goo.
Goo. All right. We
Snap.
love you. R.I.P. And hey, you are in a Hall of Fame, so you will be remembered forever. Ninth wonder of the world. All right.
For life.
For life. Even though it's the wrong faction. You know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is. So moving on to our next appreciation. All right. Now, fun fact, she's Canadian. All right. Dubbed by ODB as the greatest knockout ever. Okay. 2007 knockout of the year. All right. 2016 Hall of Famer from TNA. 2012 PWI Female Wrestler of the World. I'm talking about the 7-time knockout champion, 1-time women's champion in WWE and the Partridge in a Pear Tree. Came out debuting, and if she's listening, she know what I'm talking about. The Queen of the Cats, the one and only Gail Kim. All right, I love me some Gail Kim. Let me tell you, she was a bad mama jam. All right, she's retired now, but my favorite feud with Gail Kim was with Awesome Kong. Like they had some epic battles to me in TNA, and to me, her run in TNA was better than her run in WWE, even though she did her thing over there. But I've watched interviews where she spoke about it, and she wasn't able to get her rocks off the way she wanted to in WWE because she wasn't allowed to talk and speak the way that she wanted to and be the woman that she is. and TNA and Impact embraced that, and that's why she was able to thrive. And let me tell you, we got some good shit from Gail Kim. So I'm gonna go around, and Mad Max, I'm gonna start with you, and I want your thoughts on the one and only Gail Kim. All right, we got some technical difficulties with Mad Max. Quavo, start with you.
Check.
We'll come back.
Can you hear me?
We'll come back to you, Mad Max. Let me get Quavo right quick. Quavo.
Yeah, Gail Kim, knockout, legendary. Goodness gracious. Gail Kim is the reason why I enjoy the knockouts. She actually made them like do better. If that makes sense. Like she just had a way of making them do better, and it made their matches with Awesome Kong just more believable.
Yeah, you wasn't gonna be no bra and panty shit over here, dude.
No, and you could tell that she actually does it for the wrestling. She doesn't do this for like the I guess the pomp and circumstance. But she had 2 runs with WWE. The first run was something. But the second
That's when she
run,
won
it
her
was
the debut. She won the champ, the women's title in her debut.
yeah, it was that was hold on, which one was that? Was that
I believe that was her first one.
It was
the
a
one
battle royal.
the battle
It was
royal, right?
It was a battle royal match when she won it for
Mm-hmm.
her very first debut. Yep, that's what I was gonna say.
And yeah, man, it was definitely the thing is you gotta understand. I feel like in the moments where Gail Kim was, and I think we said this in a previous episode or not, I'm not sure, but I know that it's always a question of what can we do with the female wrestlers, and I think she kind of opened up the possibilities because you could see that a chick like Gail Kim that isn't stacked up can handle a match against someone who is twice her size, like Awesome Kong,
Like Awesome Kong,
and still give you a match worth watching. And I think that's the real cool thing. But like I said again, she is familiar with the 6 sides of the ring, and seeing how she performs. And we didn't get to see that side of her in her WWE runs, but seeing how people still gravitated to her, I think she had like a little story with DB for a little while, which was interesting for a little bit. But yeah, I just feel like they could have done a lot more with her in WWE in the moment. I think her against Karma would have been really cool to watch, and keep you engaged. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. Max, what do you think? And it's funny that she went out the same way she came in because her first match was in that style, and then I believe her last match was in a battle royal in it, and she rolled on out.
I think so, probably.
She's like, fuck yeah, I'm going to go be a knockout somewhere else. And hey, she ain't become one of the greatest.
Yep, and it's funny you said that too, because that's what I mean. When you can go out on top, that's one thing. But she went out her own way for real because she wasn't really feeling respected, how most women do in that ring or in the locker room and behind stage or whatever. Because she did come out dominating, like you said, her first match. She came out and won the women's championship on the first night. No other women wrestler can say that they did that. Not even China. You know what I mean? So
That's
for
not
her to
true.
be able to do,
That's not true.
huh?
That's not true.
What?
A couple
Who else did it?
Paige did it.
What? That they won the title on their first night?
Paige did it her first night.
Well, she was the first to do it. Gail Kim was the first to do it.
No,
Okay,
I don't think she. Nah, Alundra Blaze did it too. Alundra Blaze did it too.
Well, no. Gail Kim is literally hailed as the first one to come out of her first debut and win the title.
The Divas Championship. Go ahead. I'll let y'all finish. So I'll let y'all finish because I got some stuff. I'm writing down stuff. So go ahead.
Okay. All right. But all right. Well, the fact that she even did that, whether she was the first or not, it's still a high praise. You know what I'm saying? That you can't give too many women. And for her to be, the size that she was like a little shorty. She's to me, she's like the original Sasha Banks without all the sass and attitude for real. You know what I'm saying? A little small frame wrestler that can come out and do big damage. You know what I mean? So you got to respect her for that. And the fact that she wanted to do a whole lot more and wasn't able to, It's why she left WWE in the first place, and she went on to do bigger and better on her own without them. So, I mean, you gotta always respect a woman like her. But for what she did do while she was there, it was entertaining to watch. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, you had women like we had the small structured women like say Trish Stratus or Lita, you know what I'm saying? They weren't real big, but they made big impacts. But there was nobody really as small as her that could come in and still like whoop they ass type shit as far as the women's division. You know what I mean? Everybody else was either like a little squash or something like that, but they really, they tried to do something with her, but they ain't do enough. And she'll tell you that out of her own mouth.
Okay. Hollywood, what you got for us, baby?
I mean, I love Gail Kim. I think that she everything else on the the praise that y'all are giving her, I agree with. I just the term that she didn't like that the way she was used, that kind of bothers me because I don't think that a lot of wrestlers like the way they're used. I can look at it from another standpoint. You could say, mad respect for her for walking out, but I could look at it from another standpoint where, hold up, you signed a contract and I paid for a ticket. I might have been there to see Gail Kim that night.
And she gave you that though. She ain't never quit no night.
She did quit. She rolled out the ring.
Yeah, she rolled out the ring.
She literally rolled out the ring.
She
literally rolled out the ring and just left.
Well, okay, yeah.
And you never saw her again. And see, the thing is,
well,
as fans,
she eliminated herself.
Yeah,
well, yeah,
on
that
purpose.
That night, yeah. But that's when a person gets tired, and hey, you got to give her credit for that too.
Nah, I can't.
On the back end, I agree with what Mike is saying.
I can't do that, bro.
Because she did sign a contract.
So
therefore, she may have been promoted for future shows after that show.
Not even just that.
You walked out on the contract. Now I gotta go and null avoid all them damn flyers that I got out, or all the other, tick calls that we have out.
True, but do we really know why she did?
Hold on, Mad Max. Hold on, Mad Max.
Hold on, I ain't got my praise. Yes,
my bad. Go ahead.
And yes, we do know why she did it because y'all have said it 4 or 5 different ways that she wasn't happy with her vision of what they had her doing. All right, cool. I get that. You could be upset with how they're doing you. You don't do that. You don't sabotage. That's like somebody on the podcast right now. We doing the podcast and all of a sudden they just roll out. Don't tell us why they rolling out, nothing like that. And Marshall's sitting up here trying to go to them. Like you could have possibly messed up the whole match because in those type of matches, those matches are scheduled where somebody's supposed to throw somebody out or you're supposed to make somebody else look good. I just think
I get that. No, you're right about that. I ain't disagreeing with that part.
Sometimes we do as fans, we always do this. We tend to look at stuff how we like it, how we want it. But we don't look at it from a business standpoint because we're not the ones running the business. Or sometimes we don't have our own businesses. I know, Maxx, you got your own business. Quavo got his own business. Soul Man got his own business. I got my own business as well. So for me, it's unfair to not look at it from the other standpoint of, damn, you really just walked out on your contract. Like, that's really messed up. Like, that's one. And I wasn't even going to plan on bringing that up. I thought we were just going to praise her. If none of y'all brought that up, that's why I said I was writing down notes because I wasn't going to say that at all. I was going to praise her, but in reality, Gail Kim, what really happened with her running WWE was Gail Kim was ahead of her time in WWE. When she was in WWE and she had a run, she was in the time where it was divas, not women.
Yeah.
So she was ahead of her time.
Not real wrestlers, but more beauty, lingerie.
Right. And
she wanted to really show up and show out.
Hold on, man.
But right after she left, what happened? Women started getting their shine. You see that because you guys said this multiple times. You guys said how small she is. There's a women's champion that had the longest reigning championship that was smaller than her named AJ Lee. If she just would have just did her job, she might have got to that point to where she could have, like for example, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bayley, the 4 horsewomen of wrestling. None of them dressed up. Matter of fact, remember when they came up, it still was the Divas Championship. They adapted, and remember when they first came up, they split them up. they adapted to the way the WWE was, and they made something of it and showed their talent. I think she could have stuck around and enhanced. I'm not really with the I'm gonna take my ball and go home because I don't like something. That to me is kind of corny to me. And like I said, this was supposed to be praised to Gail Kim. I think she's great. I think she had some phenomenal stuff with Karma. But if we're going to sit up here and act like she had talent to go against in TNA, that's not true. She was going against the same talent that she had in WWE, some of them even worse. Because as I've listened to 3 other people talk about her, we've only mentioned one memorable feud with her, which is Karma, which is Awesome Kong. Who else did she have a good feud with in TNA? Their knockout division wasn't good then. She was just good. So she just wanted the attention to be on her. And I just think that kind of tarnishes her legacy a little bit, because what she could have been in WWE would have been bigger than what she is as a whole. But I guess, to some people, like I defend some people that leave WWE. So this is not me saying she should have stayed there or any of that. I just think that there's a way that she could have did it and she could have got her point across. And she would have got it. I mean, we see it with WWE all the time. Like, even though like currently everybody's talking about pushing Naomi, they did push Naomi at one point.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Yeah, got a hard push. Yeah,
they did. Matter of fact, they pushed Naomi so big that they gave Naomi her own belt.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So if you stick to it, I don't know. I wasn't going to plan on bringing it up. I wasn't going to bring it up for Gail because I think it's kind of unfair. I get it. If you're not happy at work, then you got to leave. But I just think that as a fan watching it, and I went back and watched it, I said, damn, she really did just leave the match. Like, she literally just rolled out
under the ring.
Now, I thought it was gangster. You know what I'm saying? Until I became my own business owner. And I'm thinking about, hey, people saying they're going to do stuff for me, and then all of a sudden, they just not here. So I had to think of it from, playing devil's advocate. I think she's a great female wrestler. And I think that, like the person that we talked about before her, China paved the way for people like Gail Kim to be able to wrestle. But like I said, in her WWE run, I think that she suffered from being a little bit too advanced. And if she would have stuck around, we could have got some great matches between her and Sasha, or her and Bayley, or her and Becky Lynch. Or, she could be a coach at WWE, coaching these women. Because by far, WWE has the best women's division out there.
Yeah, right.
It's not even a competition. AEW is having their first women about to headline a pay-per-view this Wednesday. After this, matter of fact, you'll catch it later after this goes off. But that's their first one. They've been a company for 2 years. WWE's had females headlining pay-per-views. So everything is not going to come your way when you want it to come your way. And if you take your ball and run home, like Stone Cold is a prime example. It gave Stone Cold the worst gimmick in the world, the ringmaster. It sucked.
Yeah, no bullshit.
And then what did he do? He went home. He said he was sitting up there one day and he was talking to his wife, and his wife said, "Your name's gonna be Stone Cold Steve Austin." And he went in there and it worked.
They thought of a gimmick and it came back with it.
You gotta. I think sometimes as fans, we always think of who we think should be this guy and that guy, and this person should be the champion. But there's a reason why those people either never become champion or they never get bigger. And in Gail's situation, I think Gail would have got pushed, but unfortunately, she did what she did, and she's one of the best knockout champions.
She quit sooner than she should have. I would say she did go on to win the knockout Jones 7 times.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Who cares?
I mean,
I agree with what you're saying. Hold on a second, Max. I agree with what you're saying, Mike, because what she's doing with Impact now, she could be doing the same thing with WWE.
Same thing, the exact same thing.
Instead of having her last match, because she just had her last match, what were we in, 2021? She just had her last match in 2019 versus Tessa Blanchard.
And who said
that could have been against, Sasha Banks, or like you said, Bayley or Flair or something like that, if she just would have been patient, because like I had referenced earlier, she wasn't with that Bra and Panties match, but at the same time, that's what WWE was asking for their employees to do, or WWEF, whatever. was asking their employees to do. She wasn't with that. So I agree with you 100%. She was ahead of her time. She didn't want to do that. She wanted straight wrestling matches, one-on-one wrestling matches.
And Marshall, to piggyback off of you, because that was I'm tagging you. What you just said. Her last match was against Tessa Blanchard. It's 4 of us on here. Who's seen that match?
Right. But if it was against Sasha Banks, or Charlotte Flair or Bayley or Becky Lynch.
Yeah, like if you personally feel, and this is to any wrestler, not just Gail Kim, if you personally feel that your career is your career and it's solid and you went out on your own terms and this, that, and the third, I am not one to tell you that you are wrong because Michael Turner is one of the most independent people out here in the world. I do everything pretty much independently. Everything you see for 613, we do it in-house. All of us, we put in work and we do it in-house. We don't have no handouts or nothing like that. So I get it. However, if I sign a contract with Revolt TV and Diddy was giving me a check and I agreed to the terms on the check, then I'm going to do what he tells me to do. And I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to find a way legally to get out that contract instead of just walking out when you went on a live show. Like, come on now. That's not cool, It's not cool at all. And I think it hurts her. I think it hurts her legacy because, again, her last match was with Tessa Blanchard. Guess what Tessa Blanchard was? The first woman heavyweight champion of the world. How many people seen that match?
Not many.
You know what I'm saying? You could have went out. You could have went out. You could have went out with a WrestleMania match, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Like I think with, and I'm in it like this. I think with Punk, we see with Punk, and Punk didn't get what he deserved. So a lot of times we equate that to other people. Everybody ain't Punk. Punk should have headlined a WrestleMania. There's a lot of people that they try to compare, like, I'm going to use a new school person, Cesaro. He ain't there yet. So, we just got to, as fans, just enjoy it sometimes and, not get too invested of what we think they should do on the business side of it, because at the end of the day, it's a business as well.
Oh, no. When it comes to wrestling, that's all I do. Like, for the most part, I just give a fuck about what I see on TV. Like, yeah, I try to keep up with a little bit of backstage news as much as I can. But for real, I don't care about none of that. I just want to know what the fuck is happening when I turn my TV on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whenever the fuck something come on. Pay-per-view, Sunday, whatever. You know what I mean? Because I watch this shit for the entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about, like, y'all personal lives. That's y'all personal lives. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let y'all have that. Yeah, some shit does make big news, and some shit is worth knowing about and keeping up with. But for real, I just want to see what the fuck y'all gonna do in the ring.
Yeah.
So uphold your contract, but at the same time, we love you, Gail.
Yeah, she still get love. Yeah, she still get a gig.
Mad love. She can still get mad love.
She get all the props in the world still.
Can we get a giggity goo for Gail Kim?
Like, I'm not like, yeah, fact.
Can we get a giggity goo for Gail Kim?
Facts, we should. Giggity.
Giggity goo.
Yeah, she get a giggity.
She get a double giggity.
Mike, we ain't got a giggity from you all day, Mike.
Yeah, she breached her contract. She did that shit.
No, she gets
half a giggity.
She gets a
hey, no.
There you go. There you go.
And this is why we keep it real, we keep it raw and rugged, goddammit.
The love guru that showed up.
I love Gail Kim. Y'all threw me when y'all mentioned that. I was like, damn.
Hey, look, she's gonna hear this eventually, bro. I know she will, but she'll hear what she hears. She hears what she hears.
I was just trying to give love, goddammit.
I know
I'm just trying to appreciate it, bro.
But hold on.
I was just trying to keep on appreciation.
When you giving love now, you got to give that tough love too. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, look, okay.
I was going to use the same.
Hold on, whoa.
I always appreciate.
No, because if we talking about rough love, then we should have gave some to China too now. But we didn't.
She's dead though.
Nah. Like
she's
I said,
dead. She can't defend herself. That's different.
Yeah, she can't.
That's why I started off saying.
I mean,
facts.
And I agree with that. But hey, it's tough love, not tough love. alive or not. I mean, the
Nah,
facts
no,
are
no.
facts,
You
though.
can't be. You can't.
Ad Max about to come out. Oh shit.
Yeah, because you can't
Go back
feel.
to your corner.
Yeah, because you can't feel the love. Tough love. You have to feel it. You have to be alive
Yeah.
to feel it.
All right, I
Yeah.
respect that. I
That's
And
why I
that
respect
way
said
that.
the
you can
first thing I
change
said.
and we can
All
see
right,
the
I could have
improvement.
did the same thing to China. I could have did the same thing to China and
I'm
talked
about to
about the negative stuff about China. But
right, but she not
I'm not gonna
alive to
lie. I
defend it.
use
I
these.
get that. I get that point, and I respect your opinion on that, brother. You know what
I
I'm saying? But
use
I'm just
Hey
saying.
Jose, they in the middle of the ring going at it,
Now the
Jose.
fact that hey, Gail is alive. All right, I get it. But hey, I thought we was just giving her roses. You know what I'm
no.
saying? Now,
I
if you
wasn't
wanted to
gonna
go
say
rugged,
nothing
then yeah.
negative about her. I use these. I use these appreciation times to kiss ass. So that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna give her props. So Gail, if you hear this, I love you. I just would have did what you did. That's it.
That's it. We love you. Giggity
It's all
giggity.
love from over here, baby.
Giggity goo. All right. So moving on from the beautiful Gail Kim, we're talking about this next diva, and this is Where Are They Now? All right. So I'm gonna give a couple of highlights. We're gonna talk about this superstar, and somewhere in the midst of that, we're gonna tell you where they are now. All right. So this next superstar, like I said, she's a diva. All right. College dropout. All right. Who cares? You know, it's all good. But she was trained, in my personal opinion, by one of the best, one of my favorite female wrestlers out there, Miss Jacqueline Moore. And you can kind of see their similarities in style. All right. She's an ECW original who went to the WWE, well, WWF/WWE. You know what I mean? And yeah, she's just vicious with it. She was sick with it. All right. First woman to hold the belt when they transferred over to WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, which means she was the last woman to hold that certain belt when it was the WWF. Okay. Two-time Hall of Famer from Southwest Wrestling and Women Extreme Wrestling. I'm talking about the one and only Jazz. All right. So, what are your thoughts about Jazz? What y'all remember about Jazz? I know y'all seen her out there. I know y'all see her because she's still out there doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? She a bad mamma jamma. I'm talking
Can
about
I go
that
first?
Jazz.
Can I go
You want to
first on
jump
this?
in here? You want to
Can I
jump in
do
on this
that?
Jazz?
Yeah,
On
man.
that
Because
Jazz?
can I please
He said he
give
want
me
the
the
number
go?
one entry. He said he
Tag
waiting
me
like
in.
double dutch. He in gorilla,
What?
y'all. Y'all hear him? He in gorilla. I ain't even getting him to go yet. He in gorilla. He back there like Kofi Kingston. You know, he ready. He ready to come out. You know what
Let
I'm
me
saying?
get him. Let me get him. So,
Go ahead. What you got, man, Max?
bruh. Oh man, when it comes to Jazz, look. Besides China, Jazz is literally like my second favorite, bruh. Like for real. Same dude. Nah,
Hey, he got
like
excited, y'all. Hey, you better give a big ass giggity to the Jazz there. This boy, go
man,
ahead.
giggity, 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 go. Bruh, look here, man. When it comes to Jazz, dog, like she was another one of those female dominant type wrestlers, dog. Like she would come in there and like you saw how she was built. Like you could tell she was stackhouse with it for a female. You know what I mean? But she didn't give a fuck. And she was all for the black nation. Like she represented for black people the strong way, bruh. Like she literally called herself that bitch. You know what I'm saying? She's back and she's black. All that shit. Like, so for one, I love her for that just alone. But her in-ring skills and tactics, like, oh, she really put on some good matches. Like, it was a reason why Vince put the belt in her hands the way he did, because he knew that she was definitely something special and wasn't really no females in there fucking with her. And she loved whooping Trish Stratus' ass. Like, for real. That was her
That gave
favorite
her
target.
pleasure.
Like for real, bro. Every time you saw her, dog, she was whooping the shit out of Trish Stratus, my nigga. So to me, dog, that was like great TV right there at that point in time, dog. Cause you know how me and you used to love like Jacqueline back in the day, you know what I'm saying, on the
Yeah, that was
90s
my
and
baby.
shit. Yeah. So for the 2000s, oh, Jazz was that bitch for me. You know what I mean? Like there was no other diva in the fucking ring that I gave a fuck about at that time period but
Yeah.
her. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And to see her, Now to see her doing her thing now, it's like, dog, I love it. Like, dog, she
Mm-hmm.
got to be pushing fucking 50. You know what I'm saying, or something like that.
Got the
But she's
bald
still
head
out
too, and
there,
now she
right?
rocking the bald head.
With the fucking baldy, with the baldini. Like, hurt your smoother than mine, nigga. But dog, I literally saw some recent matches of hers, bro, and it's like, okay, to see her out there still, yeah. And I saw this one interview with her too. You know what I'm saying? You know, she got a set of twins and all that shit, which is why she quit WWE in the first place.
Mm,
Like, she would have still been going if she didn't get pregnant because she
mm,
was about to sign a whole new contract and all that. But when she found out she was pregnant and all that, she was like, yo, I got to kick back from this. And then that's why we see her on like independent circuits on the recent years and all that. Otherwise, she would have went back to WWE at some point.
mm.
But hey, I still love to see her now. When I do see her, she's on Impact. She got her own independent circuit, all that. SWE. You know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken, you know what I mean. So hey, props to her, dog. I love it.
Hey, hey, Quavo, Hollywood. Hey, bro, just had a moment, boy. It ain't no
He really,
doubt,
really
boy.
did, bro.
That
Hey,
He's
boy is
nah,
full
I
in
on
with
love,
some
giggity out here,
jazz.
bro.
Hey,
bruh.
Jazz, if you don't give us some love just off of that
Yeah,
alone
look,
right there,
Shorty,
Just
boy.
holla
just do a
at your boy,
retweet
man.
or just follow.
At
Just follow
least
the network.
show some love, Shorty, because hey, look, I'm out here for you, man.
Oh, man. All right. Back to your corner, Max. Back to your corner now. Back to your corner. Quavo, what are your thoughts on Jazz, man?
He ain't even leave anything to say, bro. I mean, all of it. I had 3 pages worth of stuff to say. He didn't took all of it.
He took all your
Look,
shit. Oh, you talking about his
Oh
baby.
man,
He just talking
that's
about
his
his
girl.
hey,
That's his girl.
look, hey, I'm sorry, man. I just had to do
It's cool. It's
Oh,
cool. It's cool.
man.
No, yeah, no, you're right though. Some of the best moments where I saw Trish getting her ass handed to her was because Jazz was handing her ass to her. Like she was getting her ass beat, and I think that was one of the funniest feuds that I enjoyed watching.
man. What?
But yeah, man,
And she got her hands on everybody. Here's the thing about Jazz. She got her hands on everybody. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? It wasn't just Trish. Like everybody getting that with, but yeah, like to y'all
yeah,
credit,
because
yeah,
even
Trish was one of her
Victoria was
favorites.
getting it
Yeah,
too, bro.
nah.
I feel
She
bad for
Yeah,
she had
Victoria.
she
yeah,
had a
everybody got that
personal
work.
she had a personal beef with Trish the whole team, like a personal joint. Like at least that's how they wrote it. But
Mm.
yeah, like she was basically the envy. She envied the fuck out of her. So she made it
Okay.
personal just to
Your,
give
your,
her
your
that
time's
extra
up,
shit.
Max. We got to give other people turns to talk. So you back to your corner, buddy. If I finish this here, all right? Because Undertaker and Kane, they did have a record. I don't want that to happen. All right. So back to your
All
corner.
right,
Go ahead,
look,
Quavo.
smoke come out the nose. Fine.
Go ahead, Quavo.
Oh my god. This is awesome, bro. Oh my god. No, but I like seeing where Jazz has been, and I do agree. I feel like she could have done the same work in WWE. I would have appreciated it a lot more. But still seeing her in all these other promotions and still seeing that she does it for the love of wrestling.
Mhm,
And I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man, because I still get to see her kick ass on Impact.
mhm,
And that's the cool thing. And I personally I like the storylines that they have with her. Um, but at the same time, it's like, what's next?
mhm,
I would love to see her back in WWE, but you know, it's speculation for now.
mhm. Okay, okay. Hollywood, what's your thoughts on Miss Jazz?
Great. She's great, man. She's one of the greats. Definitely got my respect. I love that she's back now,
Mhm,
doing her thing. It's great because she could give a rub, and she could teach a lot of these younger women wrestling. Younger women wrestlers how to conduct themselves behind the scenes, conduct themselves in the ring, conduct themselves as women wrestlers to really get themselves over. Um,
mhm.
like I said, man, she's great. Maxx, said some stuff about how she's doing her own thing, and she's a proud black woman. So mad props to her. And yeah, man, I think that she's one of the greats. I think that she's definitely She's definitely one of the greats. That's all I can say. I was going to try to say where she ranks, but I can't really get at right now because that's not what the question is. But I think that she's one of the greats, man, and I think that much props to her.
Listen,
Again,
you got me intrigued now. You got me intrigued now. Where would you rank her?
I don't know. I would have to think about that. I have to think about
Definitely
that.
top 10.
Oh, that's something we should ask the people to put
That's
in
a
the
whole. That's a
comments.
whole nother.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave that in the
Yeah,
comments.
Fans,
What
fans,
do
put
y'all
that in the
think she
comments. Where would
ranks?
y'all rate Jazz?
yeah. I'm not even gonna do that right now, but
Mm-hmm.
I will. Like I said, she is one of the greats, and she's definitely a pioneer for Black women wrestling. Um, there's the Sasha Bankses, the Bianca Belairs. They wouldn't have be able to be where they're at if it wasn't for her. And yeah, man,
Nice.
I'm not going to say I'm super eager to see her wrestle right now in Impact, but I am eager to see her help and how matter of fact, she was on Impact not too long ago. We talked about a match that she was on Impact.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, sky's the limit. Thanks for her contributions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And there you go, baby. There you go. So as we said, you can catch her on Impact right now with Gail Kim. You know what I mean? Gail Kim's over there producing, but Jazz is currently active. You know what I mean? Still whooping ass and taking names. All right. So Jazz,
Yeah, dig.
you know what I mean? We gonna leave you with the biggest one. All right. Maxx. Give it to Jazz. Give her one.
Giggity, 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 goo.
There
I
you go,
love
baby.
you.
There we go, baby. We love you. We love it. All right. So moving on. All right. Time for everybody's favorite segment. One's got to go. All right. Get your pens, get your paper. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to have the choices, and you know the rules. All right. I'm going to stick to the rules this time, Hollywood. I'm going to stick to the rules this time. All right. Here's
Hold
the
on, y'all gotta
rules,
tell me
ladies
the
and gentlemen.
rules. Yeah,
I'm about
let
to
me
tell you,
hear.
Maxx. Hold up. Stay in your corner, baby. Stay in your corner. All right. Here we go. The rules are, all right, out of these four people, you got to pick one, and all their work goes. All right. Everything goes. Everything they did from that point on, where everything goes. I'm gonna give you an example. All right, Matt, give you an example. We did a previous jump. All right. Let's say you pick Shawn Michaels. That means Shawn Michaels goes. That means the super kick heard around the world goes. That means DX
Right.
goes. All right. Everything goes.
WrestleMania 14, all that go.
All
God
that
damn.
goes. All right.
Yeah.
So here we
Okay.
go. Here we go. Here's your choices. All right. Choice number one, Psychosis. Choice number two, Juventud Guerrero. Choice number three, Billy Kidman. And choice number four, Dean Malenko. All right. So fans, y'all listening, write them choices down and let us know in the comment section which one of yours got to go. All right. So the choices again, Psychosis, Juventud Guerrero, Billy Kidman, and Dean Malenko. And Madman, since you're the guest today, all right, people's champ, we're going to start with you first. We usually do the lottery job, but we're going to give it to the special guest. Who you got, man?
Okay.
Which one got to
Oh,
go?
okay. We'll see. Now, off the rip, the way you explain the rules of that to me, you just try to fuck me up with that because when, like, I already had my pick locked in when, you know what I'm saying, for a minute. But if I got to think about this one, shit, I give it to Billy Kidman.
Billy Kidman got to go?
He got to go, dog. Because, and here's
Okay.
why. Here's why, dog. Here's why. Psychosis, like, come on, man. Psychosis is one of my favorite niggas growing up, dog, from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? NWA, WCW, all that shit. Like, bruh, that was my dude. When he used to have the luchador mask, that joint that looked like devil horns and all that shit. Like, I was a fan of that shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then you got motherfucking Juventud Guerrero. Like, come on, dog. You know what I mean? He's legendary in his own right, bro. Like, that nigga
Mhm.
family
Mhm.
ring bells. And then you got Dean Malenko, the man of a thousand hoes. Like, come on, dog. That was my OG right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to always think of him as like Italian mafia or something, where he always had slick back hair, but lock your ass up and anytime, any type of fucking hold he wanted to and get your ass out the way, nigga. But now, don't get me wrong, Billy Kidman, I fuck with him too. Like he was that high flying kid, you
Shooting
know what I'm
star
saying?
press.
Yeah, kind of that 1, 2, 3 kid type nigga, but for WCW, you know what I mean, and all that. Cause that's where I remember him from and shit. But in that list, yeah, I say Billy Kidman gotta get the boot, man, because I respect all three of them other guys as fucking legends, bruh. But I can't say I put Billy Kidman in a legend category.
Oh shit. Okay. So Billy Kidman, according to Mad Max, get the fuck out my crib.
My cream for you get killed. My name is Chester, the Corchester.
Okay. Hollywood. Who you got, man?
Hey,
You came up
Quavo.
next in the lobby.
Hey,
Huh?
Quavo.
Yeah.
Quick question. This
Yeah.
damn brotherly love is making me sick, ain't it?
I'm over here like I feel like I'm starting to get the gimmick that Billy Kidman had. I'm just itching to get out of here, bro.
Listen. Okay, so first of all, matter of fact, Quavo, come back again. Come back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Can I rip him?
Yes, you can.
Can I rip him?
Yes, you can.
Okay. You obviously did not listen to the rules of this. You went based off of your favorite, which is fine. Again, I said, sometimes we tend to be emotional with our picks when it comes to wrestling.
And I definitely am.
The rules are you delete everything.
Everything that they've done, I know.
Okay.
I heard that part.
Okay. What has Juventud Guerrero done since WCW?
Nothing.
All right. What has Billy Kidman done since WCW?
Nothing.
No, he's a producer, and he produces some of the top matches that we've seen since he stopped wrestling. So if you take him away, then you don't get a lot of good matches. And if you think
who he produces for?
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let he produces for WWE. He's been producing for WWE. He's been backstage for WWE. He's an agent for WWE.
Okay, well, guess what? You could take him out and put somebody else in there, and we're still gonna get the team. So that don't matter to me, dog. Try again.
No, because I would have got Billy Kidman if you didn't have to get rid of their future. Hoover 2 had a good, nice little run. Okay, cool. Then we never seen him again. Psychosis, that's my guy too. I like Psychosis too. But once he took the mask off, it was like, whatever.
He was different. Oh yeah, he was probably different.
Same thing with Hoover 2 Guerrero.
That's still my nigga though.
Same thing with Hoover 2. Now when we do these, there's one obvious that can't go. Dean Malenko's the obvious.
Yeah, man of 1,000 hoes.
Exactly. You can't get rid of him.
He's the obvious, and he's a producer backstage as well. So he's produced some good matches. I know that he's done. If I'm not mistaken, he's done some Brock matches. He does. I can't get into. I don't want to say all the names and it'd be wrong. So if you do your research, people out there, put it in the comments. Put some names of matches he's done. But the name that I'm going to go with. Mm-hmm. And Matt, and he's a guest, so he doesn't understand that you're supposed to let us go, and then Jose's supposed to go. Then you come back in,
right? So hold up, Max. Hold on.
But
all right, I'm gonna stay in my corner, man. Look,
I've been telling you, stay in your damn corner, man. I'm turn the Undertaker.
Juventud Guerrero has to go. It has to be Juventud Guerrero. It has to be Juventud Guerrero because as we, which is funny, after WCW we didn't see Juventud Guerrero. After WCW, we did see Psychosis. Wasn't Billy Kidman the WCW heavyweight champion at once?
Wasn't maybe the cruiserweight champ, but I don't recall that.
Yeah, no, he's been cruiserweight. I think he did hold a heavyweight belt for like a short period of time.
And he was feuding with Hogan. So
I mean, WCW did give him a good push. I ain't gonna take that away from him.
Yeah, so I can't give it would have been between Psychosis to me, and to me it would have been between Psychosis and Juventud. But
okay.
Yeah, but I give it to
Juventud. Hold on, Mad Max.
Hold on.
Let me get the Quavo.
Go ahead, Quavo.
All
right. Y'all trying to come on?
He tried to say he was the people's champ.
Haven't y'all ever seen a quarters match where motherfuckers want to get in the ring and just drop kick a nigga so bad right quick?
Yeah, that's AEW.
I'm the rubber sending you back.
That's what I'm running
to. And right now, the Undertaker is about to be like, get this special guest referee. I'm about to choke slam your ass.
What we we talking about, man?
So hold up.
Where's the tags in this match, bro? When are we tagging back in? I just want to know.
This is the ECW tag rules.
You know what I'm saying? Put in the last week's show.
This is
Put in
a
the last
tornado
week's show.
tag match, damn it, ain't no rules.
All right, Quavo.
Yo,
What's your pick, Quavo? Who you got, man? Who gotta go?
damn.
So hold on.
see,
Let me do it for mine. So for mine, Hollywood. That means Juventud Guerrero. Get the fuck
Peace out.
out my crib.
Peace out.
Oh, you get killed. All right, Quavo.
Quavo,
Who
please,
got, man? Who gotta
Quavo,
go?
please for me, since
No.
we're on this show and
Look.
he's a guest, please make it quick so we can get up out of here because this is
Look,
ridiculous.
I'm agreeing with
This is
Hollywood
ridiculous.
on this one, bro. I'm agreeing with
Agreeing with
Hollywood on this
Hollywood.
one, bro.
Juventud.
Juventud, get the
Get
fuck
the fuck
out my crib.
out my crib.
Hold on,
Oh,
Jose.
you
You
get
piece. Hold on,
killed.
Jose. Hold on. Quavo.
Yes, I
Quavo,
did.
Cole.
Yes, I had to do it,
You
bro.
piece of shit. You
had to
sing
do
with
it.
them, but you couldn't sing with me.
What are you talking about?
You piece of shit.
What you mean?
You know what? That's all right. I got something for you. You're not loyal. You ain't loyal.
Look. Hey, Marshall. Hey,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
look, BOD in the building, right?
Yeah.
So we just
Yeah.
got our Paul Bear. I ain't hearing nothing.
This nigga here.
No, we got rid of Paul Bear a while back, bro.
You still
Look,
burned. I had to
hey,
burn it.
we resurrected him. I just did that.
You know. Okay. So, you know what? I can't even sit here and stunt. You know what I'm saying? So I guess right now, you know what I mean? I guess I'm going darkness and ministry, man, because I got to agree, man. I got to move into Guerrero. You got to get the fuck up out of here. You know what I mean? Because Billy's still doing his thing, and we don't get a lot of good shit without Billy. You know what I mean? Psychosis, he's still doing his thing, and Dean Malenko, hey, come on, says all
Now-
by itself, man.
Hey, look, without Billy, we don't get Tori Wilson, bro. That's why
I get that.
That's why I keep
Okay,
Billy, bro.
all right. Now, can the jury, can the defense state their argument?
Okay, now you can have at it. Go ahead.
Since we got 301 in this motherfucker.
Go ahead.
All right, look.
Let's
the
see if
only
he can do it for
reason
the peoples. Let's see if he
look,
can do it for the peoples.
Look, the only reason why I said what I said was for one reason. You know what I'm saying? At first, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, one gotta go. I'm hearing like, all right, cruiserweights. So cruiserweight division. You know what I mean? I think one thing when I think cruiserweight division, I think, high flying, you know what I'm saying? All that, woo, woo, woo. But I had a pick for that. But when I heard the actual rules, let's say I'm a guest on here. So y'all got to excuse a brother right quick.
Who's
You
your
know what I'm
original
saying?
pick then?
Y'all going to be mad at me for that one too.
Don't say Dean Malenko. Psychosis or Dean Malenko?
I was going to say Dean Malenko.
What?
As
Can we
far as-
get?
Now,
All right. Listen. Can you get
What?
the
Hey, I done turned on my brother.
Marshall,
The darkness of ministry.
wait,
Oh,
Marshall,
Lord.
Stop.
Pause.
Let me explain. Please. Let me explain. And
Let's see
look,
where this
listen.
goes.
All right, listen. Y'all said, you know what I'm saying? When I heard cruiserweight names, I'm thinking, cruiserweight division is high flying, saying it's a certain, yeah. Now, granted, Dean Malenko was, but I could have also put that man in like the heavyweight category. He could have been like a champion to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put him there. But when we're talking cruiserweights, it's like, all right, I'm thinking this is more of a category of who's the best, I didn't know where this was really going. So preset, I had my mindset like, all right, he's the least athletic out of these names on this jump. So I was going to get rid of him. But when y'all said, but the rules was of this jump, it's like, all right, you got to take everything they did and their whole legacy and all that. I'm like, all right, I'll probably say, Billy Kidman more so. But at the same time, I ain't know my man was producing backstage for the WWE nowadays. Like, that's a piece of little info that I did not know. Because after the whole WCW shit died, I didn't hear that nigga's name anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't really look into the news too much. I look into certain shit, but even the shit that I have looked into, I've never saw this nigga's name as far as being a producer for WWE and setting matches and all that. Now, if I would have known that, I might have changed it a little bit and chose Juventud because I ain't heard this nigga name neither. You know what I'm saying? So now the fact that y'all telling me, okay, well, Billy Kidman is backstage, goddamn, doing what he do right now, and I still don't know shit about what Juventud doing. Y'all saying he ain't doing nothing. So I get why y'all probably, ready to chop a nigga head off right now. But that's my defense, and I rest my case. I'm just saying.
So let the people decide. People, let us know what y'all.
Y'all leave notes in the comments about how y'all feel
let
about
us
my
know.
defense.
Because we do this for the people. Because the people let us know.
Right. So I'm just saying. I think my defense is fair. I think it's just, and I think I should be acquitted of all charges. I'm just saying.
Hollywood, Quavo, what y'all think? What's y'all rebuttal?
Wah, 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 wah,
Of course that nigga gonna say that. Look, I got a belt shot for you, man.
Because he was the cruiserweight. Because you said that after WCW they didn't use him.
Yeah, but cruiserweights is more high flight. Like Dean Malenko.
Hold on, Mad Max. Hold on, Mad Max. You said
your
piece.
piece.
Let him say his. That's how we doing the four corners of wrestling.
I'm sorry. I'm still learning. God damn it, work with me. All right, go ahead.
Billy Kidman was the cruiserweight champion in WWE.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, he was he won it 6 times. So when you say after WWE, after WCW, he didn't do nothing, what are you talking about?
I didn't hear about
Hold on.
You said he was a 6-time what champion?
He was a 6-time cruiserweight champion.
Of what?
Period.
Like in WCW.
No, period.
Right, but what did we say? After WCW? We ain't hear nothing about these.
He was the cruiserweight champion in WWE too. He came in. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, here's the thing. Because you're a guest, we're going to treat you nice. I'm going to treat you nice because I'm not going to do like they did me. So,
well, like I said, that must have been a time when I probably retired on WWE stuff because I don't even recall him getting.
No, that was the invasion. That was the invasion. See, every time you keep saying stuff, I just keep looking at it, and it make me like every time you shoot, pew pew, and I'm like, I duck out the way. Because I'm looking at it, and I'm like, hold up,
throwing cap guns and shit.
I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Where's he shooting at? Like, why? I'm standing right here. Why are you shooting that way?
Like, he playing duck hunt, bro.
Yeah, he playing duck hunt, bro. Like, hey, listen, people out there. These thoughts of Mad Max do not represent the 613 network or any of it. This is
nah.
It's like nah. I'm just messing with you, man. I get it. I like Juventud better than I like Billy Kidman. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I liked Billy Kidman better. But
he was not my favorite guy in WCW. I mean, he was cool. He had his accolades, but he wasn't my favorite nigga to watch, dog. I'm sorry.
No. That was, but see, that's the thing. That ain't the question.
That ain't the rules of the.
That ain't the rules.
Bro. That's not the rules of the match, bro.
I know. I get it. But
trust me, when we do this.
But the only reason y'all saying him is because he directs WWE right now, backstage and all that.
No, the only reason why we're saying it because we're following the rules. That's why we're following the rules.
Like if you take him out, it's like not because he produces WWE.
I know
because he produces. Hold on, let me finish. Stay in your corner. Let me finish. But because he's given us stuff after that. You dig what I'm saying? Like Juventud hasn't given us anything
I get
after
that. No, I get that. No, I hear y'all. Trust me, I hear y'all on it. But what I'm saying is I did not know
this show's never going to end.
So the fact that I do know now, I respect y'all decision. Y'all just taught me something. That's all I'm saying from the go. Y'all just put me on to some news. I didn't know that shit. So now that I know, that's why I said I see why y'all said what y'all said.
Ooh,
I did not know what y'all knew on that one.
Are you changing your answer? Or are you sticking with the 1, 2, 3 kid?
Am I allowed to?
You can change it.
Your choice, bro.
I mean, because y'all just told me that, okay, then I will agree with y'all on that because I didn't know that this nigga was still relevant today. Billy Kidman. You know what I mean?
He's been a producer there since 2007.
Oh, okay. I did not know.
He's been doing it, and they furloughed him in 2000.
Like I say, if y'all remember my statement earlier, y'all heard me when I said I don't really go backstage and look too much news. I just care about what I see on TV.
No, I'm sorry.
I look up certain shit. But that part I missed. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Let me just say this. In WCW, and Marshall, you can take it away from this, please. Mm-hmm. In WCW, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. Okay. In 2000, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. In 2013, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. In 2014, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. In 2015, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. In 2016, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. In 2017, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. In 2018, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. In 2019, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. In 2020, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. In 2021, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. In 2022, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. In 2023, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. In 2024, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. In 2025, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. In 2026, he was a 3-time cruiserweight champion. In 2027, he was a 3-time cru He was a WCW Cruiserweight Tag Team Champion once with Rey Mysterio. He was also the World Tag Team Champion twice. Okay. Y'all heard me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Based off of our guest says he didn't really do anything in WWE. Okay. He won the Cruiserweight Championship in WWE.
I didn't.
No.
Hold on, Max.
See how you cut me off before you know I'm about to say something that's gonna kill it. How many times Marshall did I say he was a champion of WCW?
I lost count.
3.
I think he said three.
Three.
Yeah, 3 or something like that. Yeah.
He was the 4-time WWE Cruiserweight Champion.
Cruiserweight champion.
And he was the tag champion. So just like Jose says, watch a match.
Right. Now,
Hey,
like
we're gonna end
I
that segment,
said, but hold on. But like I also said, back in that certain time period, that's when I had kind of took a break from WWE a little bit. Like I wasn't watching wrestling like that around that part because I was watching other shit or not watching nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Because around 2003, 2004, 2005, I was traveling doing a lot of road work. So I didn't have time to really watch wrestling around that time period. I was always gone. You know what I'm saying?
He did everything I just said before 2003.
You just mentioned 2003.
Yeah, you said you stopped watching in 2004, 2005.
No,
you came
said
to WWE in
2003.
2001.
Okay, well, around that time, like I said, I might have been longer, but I did take a break from wrestling in those early years because I was always traveling and on the road doing what I was doing. But I watched it when I could, but I was not paying attention to him because he was not even my favorite guy in WCW. So if he was in WWE, I didn't care too much at that point because I was young. You know what I'm saying? I was working, I was on the road, but yeah, I watched wrestling when I could. But that was part of my retirement period of wrestling. Like, I had a retirement period. Everybody knows I did. So if y'all talking about that, like I said, I didn't know, which is also why I picked him to go.
Okay. All right. So the census holds Juventud Guerrero. Get the fuck out my crib.
Hey, hold on.
Hold on.
Oh,
we not gonna finish the song.
Hold on. Marshall.
Yeah.
You want to laugh some more?
What's that?
Guess how many times Juventud Guerrero was the WCW Cruiserweight Champion?
What, once?
3.
What's that mean?
Guess how many times he was the Cruiserweight Champion in WWE?
None.
2 times.
What?
Again, what's that mean?
It means that even if you're gonna go based off his WWE career, based off what you said, and you keep saying, what does it mean? I wasn't alluding to you. I was just telling stats. But since you asked,
because y'all making this nigga seem so relevant. I want to know why. Because I don't fuck with a nigga like that. I want to know
based
why.
off of what
now,
you said,
I'm turning into you now. I'm becoming the villain now. So tell me why.
Because based on what you said about Billy Kidman, and after WCW, you made it seem like he did absolutely nothing after WCW. That was your words. And the person you picked, you made it seem like that person, WCW career was that much better that you wouldn't delete his little bit of WCW career for Billy Kidman's WCW and WWE career. And that's why it's funny. That's why I was like, hold on, wait a minute, what?
Now, I can understand why you would say that.
That's also why they call it Wyoming.
But at the same time, when we talking about these names that's on this list, Psychosis, Juventud, Billy Kidman, Dean Malenko, all I can think about is WCW dates. I can't put those 4 names in a WWE category whatsoever. All I think about is WCW because that's when they were all in one fucking ring. You feel what I'm saying?
I remember Billy Kidman from WWE.
The next time you come back here, get your emotions out of it and put on your thinking cap.
No.
You know what else you should do?
Are nowhere in this.
You know what you should do? You should use Google.
Oh, look, Google is usually my best friend. But here's the
That's
whole
why I
thing.
was born. I was
The
like,
only
hold it. I was like, wait a minute. Why you not
No, no, listen,
Googling? I'm like,
listen,
give me.
listen, 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 listen. You
I
also
mean,
got to
Jay
give me a
Will
pause.
used to use
Listen, listen.
Wikipedia,
No,
so you
listen,
can try
listen,
Wikipedia
listen,
too.
listen. No, listen. Look, I know I'm a guest on this show, and I haven't really yet. But at the same time, I haven't really had time to do my research like I have been because we all know why I've been on personal, you know what I'm saying,
Right, right.
absence
We
for
understand. We
last year.
understand about that.
So I did not have these topics in time to be able to do my homework on everybody, like as far as Billy Kidman being a director in WWE. You know what I'm saying? Only literally had yeah, you know what I mean? But
Marshall,
at the same time,
take it away.
yeah.
Yeah,
Welcome to the
this,
chat.
that's why you gotta make the meeting. But that we're gonna
Mhm.
wrap that segment up. That was like the longest one gotta go ever.
Hey,
But it was
yeah.
enjoyable. Hey, let us know in the comment section,
This
ladies
is
and
where
gentlemen.
views come from, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Let us
Real,
know who
raw,
you pick.
and rugged.
Let us know who you pick. I and whew,
I
that's
feel
our
like we
show for
have
the
real
day.
all over again.
Hold on, say that again.
Oh man. Oh man. Hey,
Nothing, nothing,
that's
nothing.
that's our show for the day. Hey, did y'all have fun today, man?
Of course, man.
Ooh,
Hey,
I had
listen,
loads of
Max.
fun, bro.
Max
Ooh,
is Max. We might have to get Max
Max
on
is
here a lot
hilarious.
more, man. He's good.
Hey,
He's
I
good.
look.
Max is
I
hilarious.
will
I
say
love
I
bro.
enjoyed. Look, this is my first guest appearance on the podcast ever. I've never done this before, but for my first experience, I enjoyed this shit. I love y'all brothers, and I hope I can do this again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
gonna have to talk to you in Gorilla though.
hey,
We're gonna have
Marshall.
a talking Gorilla. Yeah.
Hey, Marshall. You know what he? You know the good thing about it is he said that he was trying to be like me, which is being a heel, right? But
Mm.
difference between me and him is he's trying to be a heel. I am one.
Well, see, at the end, look. At the end of the day, I am the people's champ. God damn it, and the people's champ
Not
always
after
keeps
today,
it
you
real,
ain't.
rugged, and honest. God damn it. So I don't
We
care.
gonna let the people
It is what it
decide.
is.
Hey, people in
What
the
is it
comment
called?
section, let us know. Hey, Mad Max, let the people know where they can find you, man. You our guest. Where can the people find you, Mad Max?
Look, man, y'all can find me on Facebook at People's Champ, you know what I'm saying? Or y'all can hit me at Maxx Simmons. Y'all can hit me on Instagram at Simonium, on Twitter at Simonium. I'm out here, man. I'm everywhere.
All right. Quavo, let the people know where they can find you at.
Find me at Jose.Quavo8 on all platforms: IG, Facebook, Snap, and TikTok.
Okay. Hollywood, let the people know where they can find you at.
You can find me on Twitter, Mike T304. Oh no, is it 304? I think it's 304. I think it's 304. I don't be knowing.
Jose taking all the domains and shit, so you
Yeah,
gotta
Jose.
come on and create it.
It's
Dog,
actually underscore
dog,
304,
no,
bro. It's
dog, dog,
underscore 304. I told you.
dog. You know what? If we didn't have to end this show, dog, I was really gonna have a rant about that, bro. I just seen this Bama's 18th page today, bro.
He said it's
Who?
18.
Dog,
Jose?
this
We're
yeah,
always expanding. We're always
Max,
expanding.
bro,
Hey,
Max.
no.
This
I thought
man
I had a
has
lot of pages. You got me beat like that, Slim?
Max. When I tell you he got you beat, he got you beat like Billy Kidman and
I
got
came
who the
up
two
with yours
beat with
too,
Damn.
Max.
that man got dog. He got. I seen Jose Quabo. I seen Quabo loves Quabo. I've seen all about Quabo.
Bruh,
I'm
go
like, dog,
ahead.
man. I've seen so many pages. I'm like, dog, this man ain't never gonna have no real fans. He got 18 million pages. Just get one.
Hey,
But
dog.
anyway,
Oh man.
Mike T304 on Twitter, M Turner 304 on on Instagram, Michael Turner on Facebook. You can also find me 613. Well, it'll probably be me replying, but 613 Faye Productions on YouTube, 613 Faye DMV on Instagram, and 613 Faye on Twitter. Also, before I say this, we do support black business here. So he didn't say it, but I'm going to say it for him. Xavier Souls, make sure you go on his page or Marshall's page. I mean, not Marshall, Malcolm's page, Max's page, and Definitely look up his shoes, man. He got some heat out on these streets.
Oh
It's
yeah,
gonna be fresh.
definitely,
You got
man.
your
Definitely. Look,
stimulus check,
look.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you
so hey,
got your
look,
stimulus
look,
check,
look.
Hey, I
If
thought he
Yeah.
was
y'all
gonna
want
drop
some,
them Jones. I'm like, damn, he
y'all
ain't say
want some
nothing about the
black on
kicks.
kicks, man. Come and holler at your boy,
yeah.
man.
Holla at him, man. Holla at
Look,
him.
the website is aliveshoes.com/Xavier-Soul-6, man.
You know what you need?
Everything on there, what you need.
We're gonna have to teach him some podcast etiquette. You were supposed to let
You know what
me
I'm
give you
saying?
the flowers, not you.
Right?
I
Hey,
told you,
but
hey, then, hey,
look,
I
I
just
gotta
told
give
him
him
we
the
gonna have to
He's
talk to
website,
still
the
man.
show.
green, bro. He's
I
still
gotta give
green,
him the
bro.
website, man. Yeah, look, I'm a rookie in this, man. Y'all gotta forgive me, man.
Yeah,
That's why
You
you know.
gotta follow
This,
our lead, man, and
you
listen
know,
to us. Like I said, I'm gonna talk to you in Gorilla.
you know what your
look,
performance was like today. It was great, but you know what it was like. It was like the last podcast, the last pay per view we watched. It was all
I
over
don't
the. It was like the ECW pay per view. It was all
really.
over the place. You was smashing people in the face with Chad. You
But
smashed me.
that's but
You
that's what
smashed
but
me.
that's what but ain't that what bring the
Hold on.
Raiders when motherfuckers just come out of nowhere and just share?
No,
Like, nah,
because some of the times I
No,
was on
man, they
your
gotta
team.
hear us, man.
Some of the times I was on your team, and you was hitting me in the face with a chair. I'm like, God damn, man, I'm just trying to tag in. And you,
nah. I was
you
actually
was,
alley hooping on you with that one, man. I wasn't trying. Nah, wasn't no chair
usually,
shot on that one. I was just
usually
alley
Hey,
me,
hooping, man.
Hollywood,
me and
we're gonna
yeah.
talk to him in Gorilla, man. We're gonna talk to him in
No,
Gorilla.
you're
All
gonna
right.
talk to him in Gorilla. That's your
Yeah.
brother. You came on here talking
And
about
I
brothers of
just said
destruction.
that, man. I'm gonna talk to him in Gorilla.
Yeah,
Hey,
you gonna
hey, come up here to Gorilla after the show, man.
Kane
Come
went
up to Gorilla
crazy.
after the show, Mad Max.
Kane
I need
went
to
The
see you in my
crazy.
pyro,
office.
Look,
the
look,
pyro,
they
the pyro, bro.
look, they, look. That's why they call me Mad Max, man, because I just come out of nowhere, man. I'm just mad with it, baby. This
No,
is
but
what
the
I
Mad
thing is,
do.
you
Max, I
didn't
need you
sound.
to come to my office.
The thing is, you didn't
Look, come
sound
up to my
mad.
office.
You didn't sound mad at all. You sounded like a bad Dennis the Menace. That's what your name should be, Dennis the
Hey,
Menace.
go ahead, yo. Hey, dog. Look, I
Oh
ain't even
man,
put
Get
you
him,
on
Max.
hey,
because I
Get
love
him.
you, man.
hey,
I'm gonna
hey,
Oh,
keep
if
you
y'all
on
enjoyed
just
it,
because I love
hey,
you, man.
Marshall,
But at the
Marshall,
same time,
yeah,
you still got a belt shot coming when I see you, nigga. Say no.
Marshall, you hear this
yeah.
damn
Not bad,
turncoat,
not bad,
Jose?
not bad.
You hear this turncoat, Quabo? Get him,
He can't even say it. Look at his tail.
get him, get him. You know what, Quavo,
But
you know
nah,
what?
man.
You probably smell like
But
baloney right now.
hey, go ahead. But nah, some real
Oh
shit,
shit.
brothers, man. I enjoyed this shit, man. Like real life, man. For real, man.
Hey,
I hope
that's
I can
what's
come
up.
again and do this shit with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this
That's
some
what's
new
up.
shit for me, and I can put this down. It's yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So don't forget, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Once again, that's Mad Max, you know what I'm saying? Xavier Souls. Check him out. You know what I mean? That's Xavier. I'm Soul. Hey, black businesses, baby. You know what I mean? That's what we do. All right. Speaking of black businesses, make sure y'all check out them Facts Girls. You know what I mean? Shout out to Miss Trini and the ladies. Y'all already know them wild bunch of the six ladies. You know what I mean? Five of them funny and shit. One of them off the chain. Tune in to find out which one. You know what I mean? Them ladies is talking about just everything. All right, relationships, politics, life, and entertainment. You know what I mean? And for my gamers, y'all know what time it is. Tone and Cash Gaming Pad Podcast on that YouTube channel Thursdays at 11 a.m. Baby, you know what it is. In fact, you can check them out Friday mornings, and you already know in the four corners of wrestling, new school episodes. We live on Sundays, baby. All right, check us out. Old school episodes on Wednesday. All right, we love you out there. I am your host, Marshall Soul Man Simmons. Y'all know where y'all can catch me at on Twitter at Soulboy1521, Instagram and Facebook. You know what it is. Once again, this is 613 Faye Production. Catch this on Facebook and Instagram. On Facebook, 6/13 Faye Productions. On Instagram, 613 Faye DMV. And like we say here at In the Four Corners of Wrestling, don't try this shit at home. Leave it to the professionals. And we're out.